Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Charles V. Williams Stadium on the campus of Smyrna High School. We're here for the 302 Sports Henlopen Conference Friday Night Game of the Week. And also, this is the 302 Sports Statewide Spotlight Game of the Week. Tonight we have the Cape Henlopen Vikings coming to town to play the Smyrna Eagles, and Cape Henlopen's coming in hot, 2-1, just beating a Northeast team out of Maryland. Smyrna coming off their first big win of the season. They are the defending two state champions, and they beat Irvington, New Jersey last week, who had just let up one touchdown prior to last week. With me tonight, Sean Brennan. And Sean, let's break it down. Cape Henlopen 2-1. You know, Cape Henlopen was the last team to hand Smyrna a conference loss.
Conference loss, yeah. I mean, I'm really interested in this matchup tonight. Cape, though, has some big shoes here tonight, trying to stop Will Knight and that Smyrna offense, especially with their defense, the way they've been playing the last 2 weeks. But their offense is explosive, and I look to see a lot of scoring tonight.
Yeah, Cape Henlopen lost to a big loss to Suitland out of Prince George's County. They blew out Lower Cape May Courthouse, and that's the last time that game is going to be played in that series. But tonight, it's the defending state champs. It's the Smyrna Eagles, and let's go right to our spotlight players of the game. And for the Cape Henlopen Vikings, the players to watch are number 26, Ben Ashby, and number 4, Samuel Jones. Ben Ashby, the running back, senior running back, and Sam Jones, first game last week at quarterback. He's a freshman.
Yeah, and did a really nice job for him. Ben Ashby this season alone, 6 touchdowns. He's got a 75-yard kick return, but he's an explosive runner, Benny. Of those 6 touchdowns, 4 of them are over 20 yards. 28, 61, 29, and 43 yards. I really like Ben Ashby tonight. I'm really excited. Colby Wright's another one in that little duo of running backs that they have. He's really explosive. On the defensive side of the board, I really like Patrick Tack. He leads the team with 28 tackles and 2 fumble recoveries. But their other 2 linebackers, in Dale and Malik Aiken, they've been getting it done as well with 26 and 24 tackles. So, you know, Zach Dale and Malik Aiken, they got a big job ahead of them.
Well, that defense is going to be tested tonight with this Smyrna offense. Last year, averaging 50-some points a game. This year, not as much, but they played maybe the toughest non-conference schedule in the state this year.
No doubt, and Cape's defense has given up 62 points, Benny, in the last 2 games.
And
they really got to get it going.
Yeah, Cape Henlopen, and Sam Jones is going to be tested. They just can't. They're not just going to be able to run the ball in Smyrna all night long. They cannot be one-dimensional. It's going to be a long night.
No, and then what I'm interested to see was when we were here a couple weeks ago with Franklin and Smyrna, Franklin really kind of exposed that Smyrna secondary with their passing game. So I'm wondering if some play action waggles and things can give Smyrna some fits and have that freshman quarterback throw the ball around the yard. Your
dream scouting report, Smyrna players to watch. Number 6, Isaiah Wilson. He's coming in. He's the new quarterback. He's replacing a legend in Nolan Henderson. He just, like I said in the past, he just has to be Isaiah Wilson. But he's going to have to throw the ball tonight and for the next 7 weeks if they're going to win another Henlopen Conference title.
There's no doubt. You cannot be one-dimensional and continue to think that you're going to dominate people. People are going to find a way to stop you. Obviously, you got to stop Will Knight. 48 carries for 468 yards rushing. Big play guy, can take it to the house at any time. Isaiah Wilson, 22 of 62 for 312 yards, starting to pick it up a little bit. So look for that improvement again. His QBR rating is 51.3 this week, and it is rising. So I really like him. For me, I'm really interested to see tonight is Keyshawn Tolbert, Benny. His 284 all-purpose yards and 222 coming off kick returns. We watched him score a 75-yard touchdown that kind of changed the momentum of that Franklin game a couple weeks ago. So I really like Keyshawn Tolbert.
Well, Sean, if you have to be one-dimensional, it's nice to have number 25, Will Knight, in your backfield.
Absolutely.
The kid every time he touches the ball, he's a threat to score from anywhere on the field.
Big play kid. He's got touchdowns of 60, 68, 35, 70, 73 for 306 yards, 7 touchdowns. Doing an amazing job. This kid can play. He's a Division I kid that you are going to see on Saturday afternoons.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Soto Concepts pregame show with Benny Mitchell and Sean Brennan on 302 Sports. We'll be back in a few minutes after this message from Soto Concepts.
Scott Kammerer of Soto Concepts. We have 8 locations, a catering company and a food truck right here on the Culinary Coast in southern Delaware, and we'd love to see you at one of our locations. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue in downtown Rehoboth, serving homemade pasta. Papa Grande's in downtown Rehoboth. Our treetop deck has the best happy hour around. And Matt's Fish Camp, located on Route 1 in North Bethany Beach, your classic seafood shack. At Sodell, we believe in beautiful, simple food and making the world a better place. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of Soto. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Soto Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group on the Culinary Coast with 10 locations. We're a chef-driven group. Come check us out. See you soon. Soto Concepts believes in the vision of our founder, Matt Haley: cook beautiful, simple food, develop the people we work with, and make the world a better place. Soto Concepts on the Culinary Coast with 10 locations from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island. Come check us out.
Okay, folks, welcome to Week 4 of 302 Sports Pigskin Picks. Last week, worst pick, I was 10-3 last week, makes me 28-11 on the year. Worst pick last week, or best pick last week, was taking Polytech over Milford. I took that game 14-10. Polytech wins at 16-7. Worst pick, taking Concord over Dover. I picked Concord to double them up, 28-14. Dover gets their first win of the season, and they win 28-27. So 28-11 going into Week 4. So let's start right off with the Thursday night game that we're going to have, Trey. 7 o'clock kickoff. 1-2 Sussex Tech headed to 1-2 Appoquinimink. The Ravens struggled in the first 2 weeks of the season, struggling on offense. Only scored 10 points. Last weekend, they dropped 60 on Mount Pleasant. Apple, on the other hand, has losses in close games this year to Cesar Rodney and St. George's. The Jaguars' defense is going to have to step up, but I'm going to take the Ravens on the road, 28-14.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a great matchup. Two mid-of-the-pack teams representing their divisions. I think they're going to put points on the board, or they might keep points off the board depending on the defense shows up. But I think Tech gets the job done. Downstate game. It is the opening week of Henlopen Conference play in the North and South, but Lake Forest will be playing a non-conference game here, 7 o'clock kickoff up at Caravel. 2 1-2 teams who could be looking at must-win games the rest of the way down the road with a loss here. I like Caravel at home, 35, Lake Forest 7. Yeah, Caravel gave up 3 touchdowns last week, but that was a good Sussex Central team. I don't see the same thing happening this week. I think Caravel gets the job done.
Southern Division games this week, 7 o'clock kickoff. The 2-0 Seaford Blue Jays against the 1-2 Milford Buccaneers. The Blue Jays are off to their first 2-0 start since 2013. The Bucs, who have lost 2 close games, could very well be 3-0 this year. Milford gets it done in Week 3, 1 week ahead of the big game in Laurel. Milford 24, Seaford 6.
Well, it is good to see Seaford, having a good start to their season after a few years. But Milford's offense is going to start rolling sooner rather than later, and I think it happens in this game.
Another 7 o'clock kickoff, the Delmar Wildcats. They look to be the most consistent team between these two. Indian River 1-2, Delmar 2-1. Indian River surprised the entire state in Week 1 with their win over Glasgow on the Kickoff Classic, but they have sputtered since then in consecutive weeks. Delmar starts their march for a return to the state tournament in Dagsboro this week. Delmar 35, Indian River 14.
Yeah, I believe Delmar's still a threat to Woodbridge to, unseat them from their throne, and I think they get the job done in Dagsboro, like you said.
And our last Henlopen South game, 7 o'clock kickoff, Laurel and Woodbridge. And Laurel came very close to spoiling Woodbridge's dream season last year. Believe it or not, the defending Division II state champs may be an all-around better team this year than they were last year. The Blue Raiders are going to extend their streak to 17 games. Woodbridge 35, Blue Raiders 7.
Yeah, Laurel, like you said, Laurel played Woodbridge tough last year, and they played a solid game Friday. They really limited their mistakes and really put it on the other team. But yeah, I think Woodbridge is just too tough right now.
Henlopen North matchup.
7 o'clock kickoff, 2-1 Cesar Rodney versus 2-1 Polytech. These two schools are 4 miles apart. It will take the riders longer to load the bus than it will be to drive down to Polytech. Yet, this game's not a rivalry. I mean, if they don't catch the green lights, it's a 10-minute drive at best. 3 years ago, Polytech got their first ever win over Dover. The riders are ripe for the Panthers to pull another upset. The riders have been tested in the first 3 weeks, and that trade, I think, is going to be the difference. They better not let the Panthers hang around this game, though. I'm taking Cesar Rodney in a close one. Riders 21, Panthers 14.
Yeah, if Polytech gets the upset here, which they're very capable of doing, you could call it a rivalry, but I think the Riders have been a little more tested. Not to take anything away from Polytech, but I think the Riders get it done. They've had some big games already in this early year.
3-0 Sussex Central versus 1-2 Dover, another 7 o'clock kickoff. Dover seems to save their best games for Sussex Central year in and year out, and they will bring it again Friday night. But the Golden Knights seem to be on a mission. They are improving each week, and they come into 3-0. Dover is going to provide them with a test, but Sussex Central is going to lead the state capital 4-0. Sussex Central 28 in a close one over Dover 27.
Yeah, Sussex Central can't overlook this week, as we know Dover can score. I think they've consistently gotten in the 20s every game. So it's a test for that Sussex Central defense before they go into Smyrna, and they can't overlook this game. But I do think they're going to grind another one out and get the win.
And our statewide 302 Sports Spotlight game of the week again this week will be in the Henlopen Conference with a Henlopen Conference team. And it's going to be a Northern Division matchup between the 2-1 Cape Henlopen Vikings and the 1-2 Smyrna Eagles. Both teams are coming in off big wins over out-of-state opponents. The Vikings bring a potent running game and are going to have to put points on the board. Cape is the last team to give the Eagles a conference loss. But I don't see Smyrna blinking in this game, and they're keeping their sights on that three-peat they want to get. I'm taking the Smyrna Eagles 35, Cape Henlopen Vikings 21 in our game of the week.
Yeah, besides CR Polytech, this is the only game I see that could provide us with an upset. But like you said, I don't think Smyrna's ready to get off those train tracks yet. They want that three-peat, and I think they get the job done here.
So, folks, we'll be in Thursday night. We're going to be in Appoquinimink. Myself and Paul Cotter will be calling the game when the Sussex Tech Ravens take on the Appoquinimink Jaguars. Nice Flight A, Henlopen Conference North matchup. And then Friday night, we got the statewide spotlight game of the week when Cape Henlopen travels to Smyrna. And I know a lot of people think Smyrna's down. And the Cape Henlopen Vikings with 2 big wins so far this year, and they hold off northeast of Maryland last week after taking a big lead. So join us. 6:30 press box show both nights, 7 o'clock kickoff, 302 Sports. We'll see you there.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts.
And I'm Danae from Matt's Fish Camp.
Come check us out.
Matt's Fish Camp is the small local fish joint with 2 locations on Coastal Highway in North Bethany Beach and Lewis, where we serve up traditional coastal fare in a casual atmosphere with house specialties like colossal crab cakes, lobster rolls, and fried Ipswich clams, along with crowd pleasers like fish and chips, fried shrimp, and a daily selection of fresh-caught fish. Matt's Fish Camp, serving up lunch and dinner 7 days a week, all year.
Locations in Bethany Beach and Lewis, Delaware. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer.
Welcome back to Smyrna, Delaware, folks. Again, Benny Mitchell here for 302 Sports. We're here for the opening night of the Henlopen Conference Northern Division matchup between the defending 2-time conference and state champion Smyrna Eagles hosting the Cape Henlopen Band. And on the field, you see now the Cape Henlopen Band. And we'll turn up the mic so you can hear a little bit of them while we're talking. And, Sean, let's get to the X's and O's.
My favorite part of the pregame show.
Keys to the game.
Absolutely. For Cape Henlopen, find a way to stop Will Knight. I think that's pretty simple. They're also going to have to stop the run game, though, too, because, you know, last week they moved Whaley in to play some running back, and he did a fabulous job. So, you know, obviously Will Knight being Smyrna's go-to playmaker, but be aware of Whaley. Number 2, get out to a fast start. Cape Henlopen's averaging 12 points this season in the first quarter per game. So they need to continue with that trend and score touchdowns. And then finally, ladies and gentlemen, Cape must just keep playing. No matter what happens early, because Smyrna has averaged 16 points in the second half, and most of those, Benny, coming in the fourth quarter where they're averaging over 14 points a game. Cape has averaged just 3.5 points in the second half this season and 0 in the fourth quarter. If Cape Henlopen's going to keep up with this Smyrna offense, they have to score touchdowns all day. For Smyrna, no big plays over 20 yards. We watched them play against Franklin, and they just gave up big chunks of yardage at a time and big play touchdowns. So no big plays. 7 of Cape's 9 touchdowns are for 20 or more yards. Smyrna must win the turnover battle. He who has the ball more obviously will win this game. And the third thing for me was run the football. When we watched Smyrna come out here against Franklin, they, for a good portion of the game, stopped running the football. They tried to throw the football, which allowed Franklin to develop such a big lead and make it difficult for that offense to get back in it. So don't force the passing game. Use it to keep Cape honest so they can't pin their ears back. But honestly, just run the football. You got 2 amazing backs. Just let it go. Folks, this is going to be a heck of a game.
And that's your X's and O's. Sean Gator Brennan breaking it down and telling us what the 2 teams have to do. Folks, we're going to give you a little more of the Cape Henlopen High School Marching Band, and we'll be back with the turf report and the kickoff for tonight's game.
vision of Soda Concepts, where we're doing beautiful, simple foods for you. We can accommodate intimate affairs or larger parties anywhere from 1 to 800. You can go anywhere in the 50-mile radius of our location.
And welcome back, folks. Charles V. Williams Stadium here at Smyrna High School, and that was the Cape Henlopen Marching Band. This is the Sodell Concepts pregame show. I'm Benny Mitchell. With me, Sean Brennan on the camera tonight. Trey Mitchell, and without our stat man for the second week in a row, Dave Marble. Got his wife here, but she's working for Cape.
She's working for Cape tonight. Boxcar got to work tonight, so we miss you, Coacher. We miss you.
So, Sean, talk a little bit about, just I don't think Smyrna blinks. They're 1-2. I think they knew all along. They knew what their schedule was. They knew what was ahead of them. They still got Salesianum down the road.
Sure.
Just have to win the conference, win the Northern Division.
That's what we were saying when we saw them play against Franklin too. They're one of their best ways to the tournament is obviously, by winning the Henlopen Conference, you get the automatic bid. They're still in great position to do that. I mean, they're still our defending state champions. I know they lost a close game in the Harvest Bowl to Middletown, but that game was close within one score. Them being number 1 now, Middletown, and Smyrna being number 2. So I still say Smyrna's the best in the Henlopen Conference. They have that easy road to the playoffs by winning the conference. And like I said, Cape's defense tonight, they have their work cut out for them.
So just probably about 8 minutes away from kickoff. Tonight is Military Appreciation Night here at Smyrna High School. We will have at the half, we'll have a representative from the Army recruiters to come up and talk to us a little bit about why they're here, what they're here for, and what they expect out of their appearance here tonight. I noticed they had a little football target thing down there, Sean.
Yeah,
did you pump any in there?
I did not. I was running late tonight. Had to park in East Jabip trying to get here. This place is packed, brother. They got the food trucks out in the parking lot. Everybody's
having
tailgating.
some type of barbecue.
All kinds of barbecue out there. So I got tied up eating and enjoying myself, and unfortunately didn't get to throw the ball yet. But
please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
We're going to cut away for the national anthem, and
by the Smyrna
folks, it'll be game time.
Junior ROTC. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we are recognizing all of our fans.
And welcome back, Charles B. Williams Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Benny Mitchell, and it's time for the Green Blade Irrigation and Turf Care Turf Report, folks. We're playing on artificial turf here at Smyrna. It's going to be fast. It's Will Knight surface, baby. And it's going to be kickoff, 67 degrees. And Sean, give us the rest of the report.
Well, it's 67 degrees, Benny. Humidity of 51%. It feels like 67 outside, folks. Fall is officially here. The pressure is sitting and holding at 30 right now. Visibility 10 miles. So there's our turf report by Green Blade Irrigation
and Turf Care Turf Report. It's out of Dover. It's Tony Berger, former Cape Henlopen baseball player, providing us with the turf report. Some of our other sponsors, Delaware Self-Defense Academy. And he's all over the place now. He's even in Rehoboth Beach. That's Ronnie Weiss. He's here at Smyrna. He's in Middletown. He's at Camden. Sean, later on, we'll be picking a Louis Pizza player of the game. Louis Pizza, home of the grinder, 11 Rehoboth Avenue. And last night it was Ricky Kane, the quarterback from Sussex Tech High School. Throughout the game tonight, we'll have the Barclay Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. And we got some games we're going to be looking at, Sean. CR Polytech, Sussex Central Dover, Laurel Woodbridge, Del Mar, and Indian River. Some games we're going to look at.
That Laurel Woodbridge could be a slobber knocker.
And, of course, our Dream Scouting Report, players of the game, brought to you by Dream Scouting Report. So, folks, we're waiting for the Vikings and the Eagles to take the field, and we're going to be underway here in a few minutes. I believe it's going to be Sergeant Rogers, who is out there, I believe, with the coin toss right now. He's going to be our guest at halftime.
Joining our team captains on our head official at midfield for the ceremonial coin toss is Smyrna High School coach Andrew Mears, who is our coach of our unified flag football team to represent us in our Special Olympics play. They are going to go out and will be part of the coin toss ceremony.
So, Sean, me and Trey, we're taking the Eagles here. What do you think?
Oh, I'm taking the Eagles by 21 points tonight, Benny. I just don't think that this defense can get it done against that offensive line of Smyrna, and I just don't think that they can keep up with the scoring as well. So, I mean, last week Cape was pretty one-dimensional, and if they're that one-dimensional tonight, they could be in trouble.
Northeast snuck back in that game late. So.
Yeah, they made some great adjustments at halftime and really snuck back in there and almost pulled it out right at the end. I mean, it came down to the wire. Last week Cape had 261 yards rushing, but only 8 yards passing. They're going to have to do a little bit more of that through the air tonight if they're going to have success.
And here come the captains coming onto the field for the coin toss. And Sean, last year we got to watch and I got to broadcast the Unified State Championship. You're seeing some of the Smyrna Unified.
Awesome. That was so awesome, folks. If you ever get a chance to watch a Unified game, you need to go out and watch it. It is so exciting. Those kids play as hard as they do here on Friday nights. It's awesome.
So there was a lot of questions all last week. We left the game Friday night thinking Will Knight would not play. We heard done for the season.
Right.
And as it turned out, they were just resting him, getting ready for conference play.
Well, they understand what it takes to get to the tournament for them. With that rough start in the beginning and still having to play Salesiano. So they understand, hey, we win the conference we're in. Will's going to be ready to play. Everyone that I talked to said he's ready to go. Everything's fine. So, of course, Coach Tack, the defensive coordinator at Cape, said, of course, stopping him is a feat. We couldn't be so lucky with him resting this week.
Two-time first-team All-State running back. He was the Gatorade Player of the Year as a sophomore.
Right.
So
and committed to play football next Saturday or on Saturdays next year.
I was told to hold off on the commitment. He's getting some other offers. So.
There you go. So we know, folks, he will be playing somewhere
on a Saturday
afternoons on television. There is no doubt.
Trey told me after the game last week, if I had known it, or not last week, 2 weeks ago, that Nolan Henderson came down. They had a home game, so he came down, and I wish I'd known it. I had him up here to talk to him a little bit.
Right.
So we're going to peel our eyes tonight because Delaware is home again tomorrow with JMU, a game I'll be attending, as I do most Saturdays in Newark.
Yes, you do. And I'm a hockey dad, so I'm at
You're
hockey.
Chasing hockey, baby.
Gotta love the field hockey. Shout out to Kayla Brennan this week. She was the MAC Conference Player of the Week. So congratulations, Kayla. She was also the ECAC Field Hockey Player of the Week. So congratulations, Kayla Brennan.
Kayla Brennan, so I guess that would be Gator Jr.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Darby Gator the third?
Mini Gator. Even though she's the tallest.
Let's call her Lizard.
We could call her Lizard. We could. She was in beast mode yesterday, though.
Yeah, I saw we were talking
it was a big
earlier
surprise
about the Division II field hockey, and
it's wide open.
Yes, it is. Milford loses to Lake Forest last
2-1. Yeah,
wow.
in an amazing game, back and forth, and it's a rivalry game too. So it was pretty heated, but the Bucks fell short. They played hard, made some great adjustments in the second half, and made it a close one.
And here come the Smyrna Eagles, folks. Folks, our game's being produced by Nick Halliday up in Wilmington, and our shadow producer keeping us on task and updating us with scores, Kristen Mitchell down in Lewis, Delaware, at the my home base, let's call it. And the Eagles are on the field, so here we go. It's time, Sean. I mean, it's week 4 already, but most importantly, it's the opening of the conference season.
It's Henlopen time.
Conference football time.
Absolutely, Henlopen time. We look forward to this every year, don't we? I mean, the first couple weeks is exciting. We like it because it's football. But, hey, towns are shutting down now. Absolutely. It's conference time.
The Cape Henlopen Vikings in the white helmets, white jerseys, light blue pants will be receiving the opening kickoff. Smyrna white helmets, all red uniforms. Deep for Cape, number 26 is Ben Ashby, the guy we talked about, the player to watch. And number 22, Curtis Purnell. And the kicker, teeing it up right now, is Anthony Buscemi. We saw he had a pretty good foot last couple of years. They used to like the pooch kick and onside kick, but he's put some deep.
Yeah, he can.
Respecting it.
It looks like here, though, he's going to zone kick it maybe. We talked about that past couple weeks. Teams kicking it in the zone.
He's not even hiding it.
Nope. Smyrna loves the onside kick.
So here we go, folks. The 2017 Henlopen Conference football season is underway, and it's going to be a high bounce.
Oh, it almost squirted out.
By Cape Henlopen, it'll be 1st and 10.
Witherspoon almost dropped that ball.
1st and 10 for the Vikings.
Cape Henlopen, 49-yard line.
And they're going to start right at midfield at their own 49-yard line. Number 83, Kenneth Witherspoon, fell on the ball. So here we go, folks. Henlopen Conference football, we're underway. Cape Henlopen and the Smyrna Eagles.
Well, Cape with this wing T offense, it's one we don't see too much nowadays.
Not anymore.
Kind of old school.
A little bit of CR. We saw
Central.
Great Sussex Central. They stick with it.
Yep.
So here we go. Under center, number 4, Samuel Jones, the freshman. His second start for the Vikings. And he's going to go to Colby right away, and he just pushes the pile. It looked like there's a little bit of a mix-up in the mesh point, Sean.
Yeah, and when you're definitely running wing T, fullback, quarterback mesh points are really, really important.
42, Colby right there on the play.
Looked like Colby got his pads up a little too high, and Jones's footwork was a little bad on that reverse pivot.
Right picks up 4 on the play. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 6 for the Vikings. Cape big at the tackle, Sean. Average size at the guards.
Which is what you typically see in a wing T team. You want those guards athletic so they can get out.
Motion away, and it's going to be another handoff to right, but he's hit right away by number 28, Hunter Moyer. And Hunter Moyer, he was our player to watch in the Franklin game.
Yeah,
he's a key player for Smyrna on this defense to shut Cape down early.
Yeah, there's no doubt he has to have a big game. Him and Jared Mullen, I think, have to have big games tonight for the Smyrna defense. As well as one of my favorite guys I really like watching is 22, folks. Number 22, Deron Aku. I really like him a lot. He leads the team in tackles with 32.
3rd and 6 for the Vikings. Got the wing to the left. And it's going to be the counter with Ashby. He's wrapped up on number 66. Mike Caro. No gain on the play. And right away, the Vikings don't get it moving on offense. He's going to face a 4th and 6.
Well, what's happened is teams over the years now understand that in a wing T offense, on 3rd and long, you're either going to see counter, counter crisscross or waggle. So it's important to stay on the backside, stay home, and get some penetration so that it disrupts that trap game.
And Cape in pump formation. That's number 10, Zach Dale. He gets it off, and he's going to get the flag. Maybe a little bit of acting there as put the hands up, and
there's an Oscar in his future.
Absolutely, and it's the personal foul, roughing the kicker.
Not even running into, eh?
Nah, I'm not even sure they really touched. We had a good view of it from up here.
Yeah.
Personal foul against Smyrna.
That's going to give Cape the ball, 1st and 10, after they mark off the penalty.
And both these teams have a tendency to have a lot of penalties early.
You're right.
Cape Henlopen can't afford to have a lot of penalties early. So far they're clean this drive. They need to stay clean.
15 yards from the line of scrimmage. That's going to get Cape 1st and 10 at the Smyrna 32-yard line.
Come on, gotta play smart, Red. Shut him down, defense.
Now checking in the backfield, number 32 for the Cape Henlopen Vikings, JoJo Kirby, one of the captains. And it's going to be a handoff to right, second man through, maybe 2 on the play. And it's going to bring up a 2nd and 8. Let's call that a gain of 1 there. Bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's 2 times they've run the ISO play to the left side for no gain. On 1st down to start this series, they ran Colby Wright on a straight dive in the A-gap.
2nd and 9 for the Vikings. And they'll go double wing here, Sean, with Wright alone in the backfield. Body looking at counter, maybe a pass play.
Well, it could be. It also could be straight dive where they balanced him out.
And he drops back, 3 steps drop, looking for a man down the left side. It's going to be broken up
coverage
by number 23, Jeremy DeAguirre.
Yeah, DeAguirre did a really good job of coverage that time. He was on the hip. But, if Samuel Jones gets a little more air under that ball, he would give his receiver another opportunity to catch.
He was looking for a big receiver for the Vikings last year, number 10, Zach Dale. Played quarterback the first 2 games of the season. Now back a wide receiver.
Interesting to see those pass combinations, too, because those were the same ones Franklin was hurting Smyrna with a couple weeks ago.
And Cape Henlopen doesn't like what they have out there, and they're going to call a timeout.
Timeout.
Cape Henlopen. Folks, we're going to take one with them. We'll be right back with some more Cape Henlopen and Smyrna.
U.S. Army Station.
Welcome to Hooters. Have a seat wherever you like.
Park is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com.
Welcome to Hooters. Have a seat.
So we're back after the Cape timeout. So 3rd and 9, and that's an early timeout to burn just because the personnel are not getting in the right formation, or someone not getting out there.
But it's an important drive because you want to get out on the board early. That goes back to those X's and O's we talked about.
There's Kirby in motion. It's going to be the counter again, and Ashby's wrapped up.
Yeah, penetration.
Penetration by number 45, Desmond Wilson.
Carried on the play for no gain.
22, Aku wraps it up, and that's going to bring up a 4th and 11. I'd say at this point, playing Smyrna, this spot in the field, probably 4-down territory on 4th and 11.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, unless they had some kicker that we didn't know about come out from the soccer team this week, I think you definitely got to go for it here.
Fourth and 11 for Cape Henlopen. Motion comes to the near side of the Osprey. They're going to flood the left side, waggle. And Ashby's open and gets about the 25. That's going to be a turnover on down, folks. Smyrna, first crack of the ball.
Well, that's a great job. They covered the deep flag route. Really nice this time. Reacted up, kept the receivers in front, just reacted up, know where the sticks are. So 0 for 1 for Cape on 4th down.
So here come the Smyrna Eagles, 1st and 10. Their first possession of the game. And Cape flooded that right side with that waggle.
Yep.
But well covered by the Eagles. The Eagles shift in formation. Quarterback Isaiah Wilson transferred from Glasgow last season. Led Glasgow to a Flight B championship. This is Will Knight off the left side on the pitch. And number 52, DeMarcus Perry, grabs him by the shirt. Got the death grip, as you call it, Sean, on that shirt.
Absolutely.
But he's going to have a pickup of 6 on the play.
I really like that play.
Second
Look how
and 4.
he's able to get those shoulders square and start running downhill on the edge.
Second and 4 for the Eagles at their own 33-yard line. Eagles shift again. And that time he's going to fake the toss. He's going to roll out to the right side.
No one's open.
He's got a man open over the middle. That's Whaley. That's a first down. But we have a late flag back here in the holding area, Sean.
Yeah, I think that's going to be
that was a very late flag.
Yeah, that was really good coverage at first. That just took so long to develop, for Whaley to get open on the drag route. Because you were going, he's open, but
right.
I mean, it took a long, long time. That was really decent coverage by that.
And receiver downfield. And Smyrna got bit with that in the Franklin game when we were here, Sean, several times.
Yeah, I do remember that. And
so we said
it cost them a drive too, I believe.
Yes, it did. And we said they're going to need to get Wilson passing. And this isn't Franklin, this isn't Irvington, this isn't Middletown, and already he gets out. It's going to be called back, but he shows he finds some success on his first pass play of the game.
Well, to me, I would have probably kept it. Because it was nothing in front of him.
Well, how much pressure do you think he feels right now to get the passing game going?
Well, I'm sure he feels a lot because you've really been struggling this
right.
year, especially these coaches who are used to being able to have good balance and throw the ball around the yard.
So second and 9 for the Eagles. Wilson in the shotgun. And quick 3-step drop, throws a slant. It's going to be picked off by number 63, Destin Misteretta, and he's got a touchdown. That's going to be about, a 35-yard pick 6.
Yeah, looked like the ball was behind the receiver. The receiver was open, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I had the little bar in the window there. I couldn't really see too much, but
well, he had a man over him.
It was a
three-step
slant.
63 just stepped up and caught it.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 3-step slant. He looked open. It was 83 on that.
Number 83.
Yeah.
Demetrius Parker.
No, that was Witherspoon again.
Witherspoon, I'm sorry.
We'll just call it week 1 of Henlopen Conference.
There you go.
Kick is good.
And the kick is good, so the Vikings go up 7-0. The early lead, folks, we'll be right back after this timeout.
Mr. Italian began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant. Since 2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 home buyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time home buyers to investors to experienced buyers. For you, contact Brian today. Mr. Italian began his career in home finance in 2002 as a mortgage consultant.
And welcome back to Charles V. Williams Stadium. Benny Mitchell here with Sean Brennan. We have an early score, and it's the Vikings with the pick 6. 35 yards returned for the touchdown by number 83, Kenneth Witherspoon. And the Vikings will be kicking off.
Good way to start after getting shut down on 4th down, getting a big pick 6. So Witherspoon, 2 big catches tonight, right? Onside kick,
right?
Secured the ball, even though it squirted a little bit, he still secured it. And here you get a pick 6.
And then, exactly what the Vikings needed is getting on the board first and doing it with the defense.
Wilson has to do a better job of throwing that throw. I mean, that is a basic 3-step slant throw that, they throw.
And we have a whistle on the play.
For offsides, possibly.
Yeah, Sean, last week we watched a first half with 1 penalty.
Until the second half started.
It hasn't been that way since last night. Ton of penalties in the Sussex Tech Apple Queen game. And then tonight already 3 penalties in this game.
All on Cape Henlopen.
No, all on 2 on Smyrna, 1 on Cape.
Oh, that's right. It was running into the kicker.
Right. And then the ineligible receiver downfield. So number 9, Hunter Simmons, the sophomore, We'll kick it off again as the Vikings were offsides on the play, on the last kick.
Benny, we talked in the X's and O's, win the turnover battle.
Absolutely.
Smyrna had to.
Pooch kick by the Vikings. That's going to go to number 21, Caden Naylor. He's going to take a knee. And the Eagles are going to take over, giving them pretty good field position at the 40.
Starting at the midfield, you really like that a lot.
40-yard line, 1st and 10.
Like that a lot.
How quick? And it looks like they're, that's Wilson still in the game. I was going, how long before they go to the Earthquake offense?
Yeah. Well, we know the Earthquake offense is usually how they get back into ball games.
Absolutely.
But it's still early for that. They're still trying to figure out what they can do.
A lot of shifts here for the Eagles early. Sean trying to cover, hide some formations.
Well,
and Wilson takes the snap. He's
here.
going to roll right.
Okay,
and he's got a man open, and that's number 15, Marcus Bass. He's got the catch. Pickup of 6 on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 4.
I got a feeling the coaching staff for Smyrna really saw there's a mismatch here out of that trips formation. The safety for Cape Henlopen not getting over and covering a guy. He was wide open.
Now they got double slots with Will Knight in the backfield with Wilson in the shotgun. Wilson takes a snap, and it's going to be a little read option. He's going to hand off to Knight. Knight breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, drags some guys down inside the 30. First down for the Eagles.
First down.
Just a great dive play that he bounced out into C-gap. He is so explosive. So explosive. A big run for 20 yards. And a big, big Smyrna first down.
6:41 to go here in the first quarter. Cape Henlopen leads 7-0, but Smyrna threatening. Trips to the left, Sean. And you said that they may have a mismatch in there.
Yeah, well, you got to go trips to the short side because, see, now they're covering it.
And Wilson under pressure rolls out. Still looking.
There'll be a hold coming back.
And we're going to get a flag on the play as he's brought down around the 17-yard line. And Smyrna's just shooting themselves in the foot early.
You know, we talked about this in the X's and O's too, folks. Just run the football. You are who you are. They are a running team. They have the offensive line to do it. They have 2 great running backs that can do it. And, you know, Wilson can run the football as well. So
and they're going to wave off the flag, Sean.
Well, that's great. That's
what if that was another ineligible receiver downfield and they ended up running it? I mean, what else is that flag thrown for?
No, I think they asked him, "Are you sure you saw it?" And he said, "I thought so."
All right, here we go.
So you pick it up.
Smyrna back in business, ready to play whistle. Chains getting reset. First down for the Eagles. 1st and 10. They are in the red zone at the 17. We just had to go back and pick the laundry up off the field.
We got quads at the bottom of the screen now. And they are outnumbered again. Kate putting that free safety on the hash.
Wilson alone in the backfield. Throws the screen pass. And that's to Whaley. He's down inside the 5. That's going to be a first down.
That's just taking candy. That's taking candy. You have to make some adjustments to that formation. Or that hitch route's there all day. It's just a man-on-man blocking.
Well, you know, we saw when Franklin came here, Sean, they played man-free all night long. But they had the athletes to do it.
Well, sure. But Cape has some good athletes, too, that can run around.
And it's going to be another read option. It's Will Knight. Touchdown, Will Knight from the 5-yard line. And the Eagles strike 7-6. And we know they're probably going to go for 2.
Don't they always?
Every time I've seen them play.
I think this will be our first glimpse of the Earthquake tonight.
Tonight?
It is the Earthquake, Benny.
The Earthquake formations has Knight in the Wildcat with Stephen Whaley, who we saw last week, came in and played for Knight. And we have a flag on the play.
Offsides.
Looks like it's going to be offsides. Cape Henlopen.
Against Cape Henlopen.
So the last thing you want to do is move that ball a yard and a half closer.
Exactly.
The ball reset. And again, going for 2 out of the earthquake formation. And read option with Knight. Fakes handoff. He's in. Big block by number 22. Deron Aku on Zach Savage. He just trucked him going into the end zone.
Well, Aku, one of the kids I really like on this team. He's a physical kid. He does a great job at linebacker. And there he does an awesome job blocking.
Yeah, the one thing we're seeing, Sean, this year out of Smyrna is we're seeing a little more guys on both sides of the ball. We didn't see that the last 2 years. They played 22 people.
Yep, they went one way, and those kids stayed fresh. But yeah, this year they have a little bit, not as many athletes as they've had in the past. So those kids have to go both ways.
Not really looked in the interior line. We're seeing a lot of the skill guys playing 2 ways. What to look to see what we have down on the line playing.
Impressive drive though.
Yeah,
they showed some balance. I know I criticized them for trying to force the ball, but my hat's off to them for sticking with. They believe they can throw the football. They know they have to throw the football, and they did a good job because the pass set up the run for Will Knight.
Benjamin Ashby kicking off for Smyrna number 60.
Kicking off for Smyrna number 60, Anthony Buscemi.
Onside kick, or will you kick it deep?
He's looking for that high bounce, and now he readjusts and staring straight at the ball now.
This could go around the 30-yard line.
Cape is leaving him a lot of room. And
yep,
high pooch kick. It's going to be taken at about the 27-yard line. That's number 32. Kirby.
Good coverage. Everyone stayed in their lane. Did you see how the right side just squeezed down, keeping everything shoulder squares, keeping the runners in front? Excellent.
We have a flag on the play, Sean. What was that, penalty number 6?
Well, they waved 2 off.
Right.
So I got 4. 2 apiece. Smyrna 2 penalties for 25 yards and Cape 2 penalties for 6.5 yards.
And all these flags are requiring long meetings.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be on the Vikings as they're talking to the Smyrna captains. Number 28, Hunter Moyer. And comes the white hat with the call. Illegal participation? And declined. So 1st and 10 for Cape Henlopen.
So penalties still sit at 2 and 2.
Yep, at the 34-yard line.
Good starting field position, but you have to capitalize here. 8 was more than 7, so Smyrna now with a 1-point lead. You got to answer in some way.
5:39 to play.
Look for Cape to.
Cape's lone touchdown came on defense, so.
Look for Cape to run dive here with the fullback.
Jones under center. Kirby goes in motion, and it's going to be right off the left side. He does push the pile, but then the rest of the Eagles come to help out, put him down. After a 5-yard gain, it's coming up 2nd and 5.
That's the first time that they've had success by running ISO to that left side.
Up 2nd down 5.
But boy, did Smyrna's D-line really
I
get
tell you,
knocked
Sean,
back.
if they have to run a lot of dive tonight with Wright, he's going to take a beating down there because this Smyrna team will come after and hit you.
Don't sleep on Ashby because he can take it to the house quick.
Right. I'm just talking about the beating that Wright can take in this game.
We saw them. We've seen him before take those beatings, so he's a big boy.
Ashby comes deep motion, and it's going to be another handoff to Wright, and he has stood up after about a 1-yard gain. That's Hunter Moyer on the tackle, and number 1, Debo Williams. That's my new favorite high school football name, Debo Williams.
Yeah. But Debo's second on the team in tackles, Benny, with 33. He's doing a real nice job for the Eagles this year on defense. So your favorite name's getting it done.
Yes, he is.
And then again, there's Hunter Moyer again, really stepping up.
3rd and 3 for the Vikings.
If you're Cape Henlopen, though, this is good. This is 3rd and medium.
Jones looking to pass, high pass, in and out of the hands of number 24 on the defense, Adam Tuxford, just off his fingertips, and the Vikings are going to have to punt.
They tried to hit a slant route there to number 82, Terry Day, but if they let Terry Day just continue through the zone, you talk about running through zones to get to that hash, that's where the open area was. That time with the way the zone was, he had to go up and over, which caused the ball to be high. Let Day get to the hash. That play's there for him. They can come back to that.
Dale on the punt. Snap's good. Left-footed punter. He's got a nice high spiral deep down inside the 10.
Great punt.
It bounces off number 5, Iman Roberts.
Safety,
and he's going to be
no.
He's going to be looks like Ford Progress is going to put him about the 3-yard line.
Smyrna fall on their own 3-yard line.
That would have been Cape's second safety too of the year.
So Milford's going to take over 1st and 10.
Colby Wright has a safety on the year. That would have been their second one. So here you're backed up, Benny. You got an 8-7 lead. Will Knight?
Absolutely.
Yeah, me
Will
too.
Knight until you get some breathing room.
Me too.
And they're still in the pistol formation. I thought they might switch to that Wildcatter. And read option. That's oh no, it's a pass to Whaley. Wow, Coach Judy.
I like
Judy
it.
says, "Don't listen to those guys upstairs."
Coach Judy, the riverboat gambler. I love it. That's something I love to see. Throwing it deep in your own end zone.
1st and 10 for the Eagles. Nice pass by
That fooled the entire
Wilson.
stadium.
Yes, it did. So got some breathing room now for the Eagles. Double slot. Knight in the backfield with Wilson. And Knight looking to pass again. He's got one over the middle. Caught by number 8, Keyshawn Colbert. Sean,
Back shoulder throw.
what a catch.
This kid is really settling into this offense. Oh, back shoulder throw. Going up and getting it. That was in bad coverage. He just went up and got it, took it away from him. Another first down.
First down for the Eagles at the Cape Henlopen 46-yard line.
That's 5 first downs for this offense.
And empty backfield here, Sean. Quads to the bottom of the screen, the short side of the field.
Again, they're not matched up correctly. That hitch is there.
And he throws to Knight down the right sideline. And has it. Bobbles, goes out of bounds inside the 10. Isaiah Wilson saying, fellas, I'm here.
I'll tell you what. The series before, the fans in the stands were screaming, run the football, run the football. Now they're just cheering and loving it all. Wilson is really letting it fly tonight.
1st and goal. Call him out of bounds at the 10-yard line. Double slot. And we have a penalty on the play. Imagine that. It may just want to slow things down a little bit.
He's got me choked up.
Yeah. Offsides on the Vikings. So that's going to make it 1st and goal from the 5 now.
1st and goal, ball on the Cape Henlopen 5.
I think that's twice Cape Henlopen's been called for lining up in the neutral zone, Sean.
Cape Henlopen not getting out to that fast start that we talked about. They have to do better.
Same formation, double slots, read option. It's going to be
keeper.
Wilson keeping
He
it.
walks
Touchdown,
in.
Wilson. 5-yard run. Isaiah Wilson. 3:08 to go in the first quarter.
Hey, you like to see that. You know, he did it with his arm. Let him run the ball and score a touchdown on it. Great job, Isaiah Wilson. And he fooled everybody when he threw that ball
Yes, he
deep
did.
in his own end zone. You know, Whaley made a great catch, and then that set that whole drive up. Big pass to Will Knight down the sidelines.
So Knight in the Wildcat with Whaley behind him. This is just read option with Knight when they go this earthquake formation, changing the play at the line.
And they can throw out of this too.
Yeah, they can. And it's going to be Whaley pushing, and he's in. Whaley with the 2-point conversion. And the Eagles go up 16-7. And, folks, we're going to take a timeout. And we'll be back with more first quarter action. Your score with 3:08 to play in the first quarter. The Smyrna Eagles 16, the Cape Henlopen Vikings 7.
Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvements' pride in the details make them the area's best
in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional, no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust.
Back, folks, on the kick, Anthony Buscemi. 16-7, Eagles lead. And we'll have some scoring updates coming for you in a second with the Barclay Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. And we're going to have a quick whistle on the play, and that's going to be all sides on the Eagles.
So sometimes you get that momentum going, and you get a little excited. You want to get down there ahead of the kick.
2 scores in so far, Sean, both out of the Southern Division. Milford leads Seaford 28-7. Delmar leads Indian River 21-0. That's your Barclay Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. Really looking for some Sussex Central Dover and some Caesar Rodney Polytech. So Buscemi will tee it up again.
Well, this will definitely give Cape Henlopen some really good field position.
Yes, it is. And Cape, they're playing all for that bounce, that little onside kick. He pooched now. He switches around and kicks it deep. And it's going to bounce about the 10 and roll into the end zone. It's going to be a touchback.
Is it me or
he's kicking with 2 feet?
Coach Judy's just one step ahead right now of Coach Collick.
Yes.
Giving them fits. You know, we're so used to seeing Smyrna this year run the football.
So Sean, we have
coming out.
We have a 2-footed kicker here.
Yeah.
Kicks his pooch with the left.
Kicks it deep with the right. Yep. I mean, you just don't know what they're going to do. That is a deadly weapon in itself. You're talking about a Cape Henlopen team, folks, that has 1 first down this entire quarter, and that came by penalty.
The Vikings on their 3rd possession of the game, 1st and 10 at their own 20. The freshman, Samuel Jones, under center, lone back in the backfield is right. Motion with Kirby, and it's going to be the dive off the left side. He's going to pick up about 5 on the play. 2nd and 5.
They've done well on first down and gaining yardage, whether it's that dive or the one time they ran sweep. If they could just get those same things on 2nd and 3rd down, they would be
I've noticed so far in this game they've run a couple counters, but it's just taking so long.
Yeah.
And Smyrna's able to shut it down.
Too much penetration.
Right.
So when you're running those counters, you can't have your linemen get deep.
2nd and 5 for the Vikings. Kirby goes in motion again. This time it's going to be the handoff to Kirby. He's hit a yard behind the line of scrimmage. Who had that hit? That was number 9, Jared Mullen. Boy, he brought the wood on that, Sean.
Yeah, well, the problem is when you run the double wings and you run your high motion, the only thing that comes back is either waggle or counter. So you're going to watch those offensive linemen. If the hats rise, it's waggle, so you know it's pass. But the only thing coming back going to be counter. So that time the wing blocked down, you can just fly to the football.
16-7 here. Minute 56 to go in the first quarter. And it's going to be Jones rolling out to the right, tucks it up the run, gets out to about the 27, maybe the 28-yard line. That's going to bring up another 4th down for the Vikings. Scoring update. Sussex Central leads Dover 8-0. So that's one of the big games we're looking for.
2, ball on the Cape Henlopen 28-yard line.
We saw that play there earlier, and it was open in the flats. This time, Smyrna made really good adjustments in what they were doing to take away that flat and also cover the little flag route by number 10.
On the punt, Zach Dale, number 10. Back deep for the Eagles, Amon Roberts. Another good snap. And nice end-over-end floater, but it's going to go out of bounds, bounce out about the 44-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. And Sean, I mean, this team, they just ran the ball down the field from the 3, and now they're going to get it to midfield.
Well, they threw it down the field from the 3.
Right.
I mean, that was all set up by the pass. And at this point, if you're Coach Hack, the defensive coordinator from Cape Henlopen, you're scratching your head. You know, you came in trying to take away the running game, feeling you felt pretty good against the pass, they've decided we're struggling. We can't stop Knight in the run, and we can't stop the pass now.
And just like that, Sean, as fast as I can tell you that it's 8-0 Sussex Central, it's now 15-0 Sussex Central. And Cape Henlopen's going to take a timeout. Folks, we're going to take one with them. We'll be right back with your 302 Sports Spotlight Game of the Week.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp with Chef Maurice Catlett, and he's cooking a wonderful campfire s'mores pie. Enjoy. Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis and Bethany Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week, lunch and dinner. Chef Maurice has you covered. See you soon.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Smyrna High School, Charles V. Williams Stadium. Here we are, the Henlopen Conference Northern Division opener.
That's the second time out by Cape Henlopen this quarter.
Here in the first quarter, yeah.
I can tell you right now, that coaching staff is not happy. They couldn't line up.
Wilson in the pistol formation. That's Eamon Robertson. He just has nowhere to go. Wrapped up out on the edge by number 26, Ashby. Finished up by number 10, Zach Dale.
Yeah, Ashby did a good job by coming up from the safety position because if he didn't, though, that one could have went to the house. Great stalk blocking by the receivers. Being unselfish. Here's that trips to the short side where Cape again struggling to line up to it.
And Wilson's going to roll away, pump fakes, and look down the right sideline, just overthrown.
That's a great throw. Good coverage that time there. Was that JoJo Kirby, I believe, left corner? Great coverage that time. Just throw it away, live to see another day.
Third and 9 for the Eagles at the 45-yard, their own 45-yard line.
Look for a run this time, probably, right?
And here comes read option. It's going to be the Knight. Knight makes a guy miss. Tackle. It looks like he's going to push it out for the first down.
25.
Wow. Big block there. Big pancake block. It's at the bottom of your screen by Brent Young, senior, 6 foot 220.
First and 10 for the Eagles. Ball at the Cape 45-yard line, so gain of 10 on the play.
That's their 8th first down this quarter.
And Smyrna's going to try to get one more play for the end of this quarter. 3 seconds to go. And they're not going to get it off.
That's the end.
So that's going to be the end of the first quarter, folks. Your score, Smyrna 16, Cape Henlopen 7. Folks, we'll be right back with more Spotlight Game of the Week. That's Delaware self-defense. Ronnie Weiss, his son Tony, Delaware State champ, 195 pounds, just committed to North Carolina State to wrestle. Ronnie Weiss, Delaware self-defense. And it's going to be Wildcat. That's going to be Will Knight back here. And he's looking for some running room on the right side. And he's got down inside the 35. He's going to go out of bounds. And that's going to be another Smyrna first down.
Ball on the Cape Henlopen 33-yard line.
The second quarter action. And Sean, the Eagles look like they're just right back in business.
Yeah, just simple zone play. Let Knight pick the holes to go. Cape has to come off blocks.
Wilson checks back in at the quarterback position. Nobody in the backfield. 4 receivers on the short side.
Almost picked off. Almost picked off.
And they're going to call it incomplete.
This is number 15, Marcus Bass, incomplete.
Yeah, number 5.
You know what's coming off that,
Malik Aiken. Oh, they're going to run a double
pass.
pass.
Throw one, yeah, they're going to.
Oh, there's
or
no
they're going to throw one deep when they try to jump the route.
Yeah, he's going to fake. He's going to pump fake it, double move, and there it goes.
Will Knight back in the Wildcat. Trips to the far side. Will Knight looking for some running room in the middle. Goes off to the right side. Gets it down inside the 30. Pickup of 4 on the play. Brings up a 3rd and 6.
Good tackle that time by Colby Wright.
Tackle the play by number 10, Zachary Dale. Number 42, Colby Wright.
3rd and 6 for the Eagles.
It'll be 3rd down, 6. Ball on the Cape Henlopen 29-yard line.
And they go back to the shotgun formation with Knight in the backfield, double slots. And Knight to the left of Wilson. 3rd and 6. And Wilson looks away. There's your pump fake down the right sideline. That's Whaley. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 12-yard line. And there it was. There was your double move, Sean. Your pump fake and double move.
Yeah, you come right back to it when you need a big first down.
And we have a player down on the field.
Zach Dale is down. He made the tackle where he hit him outside, but I think there was a little helmet-to-helmet contact as he was forcing him outside. He was kind of grabbing his head.
Folks, we're going to take a timeout while they attend to Zach Dale for the Vikings. We'll be right back.
Life's too short to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvement's pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust. Life's too...
Zach Dale able to get back up, Sean, run off the field under his own power.
Yeah, losing Zach, that really hurts that defense. Zach is second on the team in tackles with 26 on the year. If they need help right now, it's in the tackling business. Losing Zach, that's going to hurt a little bit.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
See if
for Smyrna.
see if Smyrna doesn't try and attack that.
And we're double slots. Knight into the left of Wilson in the shotgun. And we have a flag on the play. Illegal procedure on Smyrna. It's going to make it a 1st and 15.
That's their 3rd penalty on the day.
Legal procedure penalty against Smyrna brings up first.
Remember at halftime, folks, Sergeant Rogers from the U.S. Army will be here. It's Military Appreciation Night here in Smyrna. Mark off 5. And Eagles set again. That's going to be trips to the left. Single receiver who's vast down on the short side of the field. Knight in the backfield with Wilson. Wilson takes a snap. There's that pitch to Knight. Knight's got some running room. Cuts it back inside. Stays on his feet. Touchdown, Will Knight. And that's 2 of the game for Will Knight.
And just simple toss play to that trip side. I told you they've been really struggling in how to line up and cover it. So what's happening is, you know, Smyrna's offensive line doing a great job tonight of setting the edge. When you're playing your free safety 8 yards deep and way inside, that's a great stalk block for your number 3 receiver. I mean,
Touchdown for Will Knight. Edge. Gatorade Player of the Year as a sophomore, All-State last year. And he's got 2 touchdowns tonight with 10:51 to go here in the second quarter. So Smyrna on for the 2-point conversion. And looks like we're going to change the play. Knight in the Wildcat with Whaley behind him. And he's going to follow off the right side. That's 2-point conversion is good for Smyrna. And, Sean, these 2-point conversions, we talked about last year. They usually get like 80% of them.
Yeah.
And that just makes them tough to beat.
2 is more than 1.
Yeah.
2 is more than 1, folks. So it extends those leads so fast. And I'll tell you what, Cape Henlopen, we talked about having to come out, getting a fast start. Well, they did with a pick 6, but offensively they have not shown.
Well, yeah,
very much.
scored the first touchdown of the game with 7:14 to go in the first quarter, and it's been all Smyrna since then.
Offensively, defensively.
Yeah. Yeah, Cape's been good on first down, and then that's it. I mean, they've not been able to get a first down other than by the penalty.
Right.
But they've run Colby Wright off that left side for 5 yards every time.
Right.
And then it doesn't matter; they can run them again. Smyrna's able to get over there and shut it down.
Well, and they have to be really careful too, because they're starting to become predictable. Because right now on first down, they're either running fullback dive and A gap, or they're running ISO to the left side. So they have to at least mix it up a little bit. You become one-dimensional. Everybody starts knowing what you're running. It's not a great way to get back into a 24-7 ball game.
Kicking off for Smyrna, number 60, Anthony Buscemi.
There we go. Off to kick it off is Buscemi.
Still a lot of football, Benny.
And short kick. It's going to go to Kirby. Kirby cuts it back to the middle. Got some running room, but that closes up quickly with Jared Mullen. And that's going to be Cape Henlopen, 1st and 10.
Really impressed with this kick coverage team. Everybody's staying in their lanes, doing a really nice job, coming off blocks. And good, nice, hard tackling. Good wrapping up. So many times you see kids want to get the big hit, forget to wrap up. Smyrna doing a really good job tonight of wrapping up.
24-7, the Eagles lead here in the second quarter.
Folks, this game's not over. You got explosive running backs that can take it to the house at any moment.
1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line for the Vikings.
Here's your high motion again. It's got it. There it is.
That's Ashby going off the right side, and he's going to pick up about 5 on the play. And Sean, little wrinkle here with the Vikings. They used to wear the gold helmets, then the yellow helmets, then Sean Brennan put them in the light blue helmets, and now they're in white.
Well, what's funny is I wanted to do the white, and they wouldn't let me.
Right.
School said no, they get dirty. I'm like, well, that's okay.
So does the yellow.
We'll clean them. Little fantastic on them. They shine right back up. So it's great. They're wearing the old San Diego Chargers look to them.
Yeah, they are.
I think they're classy.
Yes, they are. 2nd and 4 for the Vikings. They're at their own 44-yard line. Ashby goes in motion, and it's going to be Ashby off the right side. Makes the guy miss, and he may have the first down. And he does, out to the 48-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. So, Sean, that's their first down of the game, running Ashby 2 times.
Yeah, I mean, but again, they switched it up. We talked about them on first down, giving it to Wright on the ISO, giving it to Wright on the dive. Here they switched it up now.
First and 10 for the Vikings at their own 49-yard line. Wright alone in the backfield. Williams and Ashby on the wings. Kirby comes in motion, and it's going to be a little toss to Wright, and bam, right away, Debo Williams puts a stop to it, loss of 2.
And also the big man, number 53, Jordan Jones, senior, 5'6", 225. He's a little spark plug. He got after it. I don't think he's 225.
So loss of 3 on that play, actually. And he just took the legs right out from underneath.
Yeah, he did.
Colby Wright.
That play took too long.
Vikings break the huddle, come to the ball. And Jones under center. 2nd and 13. Ashby goes in motion, speed sweep. And Ashby's got a little running room, but picks up about 2, maybe 3 on the plays and go out of bounds.
Well, your man Debo Wilson really set that play up because he took on the blocker and just destroyed him. Folks, he destroyed him, which caused the back to bounce to the outside, let his defense clean it up for him. And now you're a wing T team. You don't want to be in 3rd and long, and here you are again, sitting in 3rd and long. Cape's been running that sprint out action to the slot.
I guess they're calling him down in bounds, Sean. The clock is still running.
Maybe you
3rd
see
and 10.
Counter crisscross here. There it is.
Just straight. There's a counter crisscross, and that's what number. I think that's number 11. We're doing 17. Thomas Carter.
32. Joseph Kirby carried on the play. Tackled on the play by number 28. Hunter Moyer.
So that's a big gain of 3. Brings up 4th and 7, and on the punt.
The 4th down. 7.
Is Zach Dale.
Big Hunter Moyer with an assist that time there, Benny. He's having a great game. We've called his name a few times tonight. I think that's like his 3rd or 4th tackle. Wrestler.
Yes, he is.
Oh.
High punt. That's poison, folks.
It's a wedge shot. Good roll, though.
So it'll be down at the Eagles will be at their own 32, and they'll start there 1st and 10.
That hurts.
And they've scored their last 3 possessions, Sean.
That hurts. That hurts bad. That's like a net punt of like 15 yards.
33-yard line.
That hurts.
First and 10 for the Eagles. And Wilson in the backfield with Knight. Double slots. 7:12 to go here in the 2nd quarter. Low snap. That's Will Knight up the middle. He's got some running room. One touches, makes a miss. And that's Will Knight off to the house. 67-yard touchdown run.
Well, that's the first time I've really seen that type of defense against the Smyrna team. Most teams will try and go with a 4-2 look in the box. That time it was a 3-2 look in the box with a kid who kind of walked up late. 3-2. That's 5 men in the box. That tells Smyrna, run the football.
I tell you, Sean, the way he moves, like you said, whenever he makes a move, he's moving forward.
Oh, absolutely.
And that there, one guy got one hand on him.
Yep.
You know, if it had been a game with 2-hand touch, they don't get him.
No.
He is that quick and explosive coming to the line.
And the shoulders are square and downhill.
And we're going to get a flag on the play. That means somebody's either lined up in the neutral zone or moved on offense. It's going to be offsides on the Vikings.
That's their 2nd on a PAT, and you don't want to give.
No. I mean, he's dangerous enough from 3 yards.
Right. And they've shown balance out of this. Whaley's gotten the ball.
Right.
Knight's gotten the ball.
So Knight in the Wildcat and gives the handoff to Whaley. Whaley tiptoes in, and there's going to be a face mask right there as he goes in the end zone. So Whaley picks up 2 yards or a yard and a half for the 2-point conversion. And that's going to be Smyrna 32-7. And, folks, we're going to take a timeout, and we'll be right back with more 2nd quarter action. And welcome back to Smyrna, folks. Will Knight on the 67-yard run. And, Sean, Will Knight trying to become Mr. 5,000. He's looking for 5,000 career yards, and he needs just over 200 tonight to get it.
He's close already.
Yeah. Yeah, he's close already. You're right.
He is. He's close already.
Yeah, talking to our cameraman, Trey Mitchell, who is responsible for getting the picture of the Louis player of the game. So if it's Will Knight, he said, I'm going to have to fight to get his picture.
All the reporters will be after Will Knight tonight. Benny, you have the best commercials, though. You know, most people turn the commercials off.
Right.
Those Sodell commercials, they're so good. I find myself watching them on the screen.
I've had people message me before and say, your game makes me hungry.
I'm telling you. I just got excited about their food truck.
So 15 yards, he'll be kicking off from the 45. The Cape 45, that is. And there's looking for the high bounce. He gets the high bounce, but the Vikings able to recover it. Kirby up and makes the recovery. 7:02 to play.
That was recovered by 32. Jojo
Kirby.
29-yard line.
That's the second time he's recovered one tonight.
So 7:02 to play here in the second quarter.
I mean, if this is anything indicative of what we see on the scoreboard, Cape Henlopen with 5 penalties already in the first half.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line for the Vikings.
1 first down.
Motion with Kirby, and it's going to be sweep with
Sweep.
Kirby. Comes around the left side, hit by Debo Williams, but not until after he picks up 3 yards on the play. And Kirby, boy, he came around that corner with bad intentions, and he was turning it up.
That defense set the edge.
Yeah.
Smyrna setting the edge on offense or setting the edge on defense. There was really nowhere to go. It was great pursuit angles by your linebackers.
That's what Kirby, when he made that right turn, boy, he was going to have to go through somebody. He was ready to do it. Second and 4. Second and 6, excuse me.
But again, good yardage on first down.
Right.
This is where they've struggled here on second down.
Second and 6 for the Vikings.
They need some positive yards.
Ashby goes in motion, and it's going to be a handoff to right. And he pushes the pile, and he's going to be close to a first down.
42.
You have to wrap Colby right up. You saw him spinning and turning. We've watched them before where all of a sudden it looks like Colby Wright is stopped, and then just like Will Knight does, he breaks out of a crowd. He's so big and so strong, and then he twists and turns.
Except Will Knight breaks out of the crowd with nobody on him. Wright breaks out of the crowd dragging people.
Absolutely.
First and 10 for the Vikings, their second first down of the game at their own 39-yard line. Wright single back in the backfield. Ashby goes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Ashby, but he slips and falls. Give the tackle to number 9, Jared Mullen. But he just, you've said it 100 times, Sean.
Don't cut on the inside foot,
right.
Benny.
Exactly what happened. He cut on his left foot, which is the inside, and down he went.
Stick it on the outside foot, get your shoulders square.
All Mullen has to do is put a hand on him, get credit for a solo tackle, right?
That's it.
And for a loss.
That's it.
Loss of 2, call it 2 on the play, brings up a second and a 12 for the Vikings.
So Cape stopped themselves on that first
Right.
down by cutting on the inside foot, and that's the first time that they've actually been stopped on first down this entire game.
Jones under center, right alone in the backfield, and we're going to have a timeout or a flag. Delay a game on the Vikings.
Oh, wow. When it's bad.
When it rains, it pours, doesn't it?
Oh.
Second down.
That brings up a second and 17.
This is like watching the old Oakland Raiders at this point. They are just shooting themselves in the foot. Now you're a wing team ball club who doesn't like to throw the football.
Right.
You had 8 passing yards last week, and you're sitting in a cornfield at this point.
Ashby goes in motion, and it's going to be the counter crisscross. Kirby's going to get about 4 on the play. And, Sean, that was a much quicker version of that counter. I guess maybe more of a reverse, maybe,
32, Joseph Kirby carried on the play.
And they had guards pulling this time, too.
Third down.
Third and 14 for the Vikings.
You know, they tried to run that counter earlier, and it just took so long, and it got blown up. And that time there, they got good positive yardage because of the quickness of the play, and Smyrna flying to the football.
Third and 14 at their 35-yard line. Cape Henlopen. That's the first score of the game, and it's been all Smyrna since then. Ashby goes in motion, and he's going to roll out. Watch out. Here comes 21. Oh, what a big hit by Debo Williams. Number 21 was in pursuit, Caden Naylor, and when Jones turned up, and right there was Debo Williams with a huge hit.
That hurt me.
Another fourth down.
That hurt me.
I felt it.
Brings up fourth down.
We have headphones on, and I heard that crack. That was a big one.
Dale on the punt. They trail 32-7, 3:20 to play in the first half, and it gets another punt end over end, but it's going to be short, and it's going to bounce and back into Cape territory.
You know, Benny, he hasn't been right since he got hit in the head. I mean, that's the second punt.
Right, since he got hit, you're right.
Yeah. And that's the second punt that he's muffed, and he had some really good punts.
Well, I noticed also, Sean, he's not. He usually catches the ball, turns to his left, and kicks it like a little
soccer
side.
style.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And these two, he's caught the ball and kicked it. So, maybe somebody might want to go check him out on the sidelines. So he did take a big hit down here and stayed down for quite a while.
And this is not, if you're Cape Henlopen, this is not where you wanted Smyrna to start this drive.
1st and 10 for the Eagles at the Cape Henlopen 47-yard line. 3:07 to play here in the game, in the first half. And Wilson's looking down the right side, goes over the middle to Whaley. He's got him open, and Whaley's just going to run away from Savage. Touchdown. 47-yard touchdown.
That's just a straight post route by Whaley. Splitting the two safeties, running down the middle of the field. Wilson, tell you what, Benny, he is throwing the ball really well tonight.
He is answering his critics.
He really is. You could tell he has been working and working and working. Totally different kid than what we saw just 2 weeks ago.
Oh, absolutely.
Impressive.
Well, I tell you what, it shows the level of opponents that they played in the first 3 games of the season.
Well, that Franklin team, that was a college.
That's one of the best teams I've seen play.
Oh, my Lord, they were huge, big, fast.
So Will Knight pulls it out, and he's in. And that's the 2-point conversion. And they're up 40-7. And, folks, we're going to take a timeout, and we'll be back with 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter. First half. Smyrna 40, Cape Henlopen 7. Welcome back to Smyrna, folks. Charles B. Williams Stadium here at Smyrna High School.
For Cape Henlopen, number 22, Curtis Purnell. Kicking off for Smyrna, number 60, Anthony Bouchette.
Eagles will be kicking off again with 3 minutes to go in the half.
What foot's he kicking with this time?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, right at the down line. Oh, it bobbles away, but the Eagles are going to recover it. Eagles football. And recovered by number 9, Jared Mullen, who's having a heck of a game.
He drilled him with that ball right in the ankle.
Well, recovered for Smyrna by number 9, Jared Mullen.
I see that more in hockey than I do here. That's a great strategy.
Right.
Cape Henlopen 41-yard line.
So you could see heads hanging at this particular point on this Cape.
That was Cape brought in the hands team. He just drilled him as he turned to run.
Yeah.
So Smyrna right back in business. And we have some whistles on the play. And that's going to be, what, illegal participation on the Vikings?
No flag on the play.
Now they're saying no flag as they wave it off. That's the third time that's happened tonight.
Yep.
So 1st and 10 at the Cape Henlopen 41-yard line for the Eagles.
That's 3 weeks in a row where the Cape Henlopen defense has had 12 men on the field.
Roberts goes in motion. And there's going to be a double pass. And he's going to be wide open.
There's a flag, though.
There's a flag on the play.
There's a flag down.
Number 7, Whaley, just a little short.
However, there is a flag on the play.
And this could be on Keyshawn Tolbert.
No flag, wave it up! Wave it up!
And it is. It's a hold.
We don't get to learn!
So there's that double pass I talked about. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Why they mark out the penalty? Because it's hard to do pay any bills here when Smyrna's got the ball. So let's get some scores real quick. Sussex Central leads Dover 22-0. At the half, Delmar leads Indian River 35-6. Caravel leads Lake Forest 29-0. And the Milford Buccaneers lead Seaford 42-0. And I think that's the first half score also. So 1st and call it 20 for the Eagles, 22. And here come the Vikings on a blitz. And Will Knight's got the ball, makes a guy miss. And that's number 66, Austin Mendez. Grabs him by the back of the jersey.
He may get close to that 5,000 tonight.
And number 5, Malik Aiken, finishing it off. That's going to bring up a second.
Brings up second down
and 2.
Ball on the Cape Henlopen.
Just straight zone running.
The way he's running, he might get it in the first half.
Yeah.
Second and 2 for the Eagles.
No one in the middle of the field for the Cape defense.
And he's going to keep it. He's going to pull that. He's going to roll left.
There's
he's
the
got a
post.
man down the middle on the post.
There it is.
And that's
he's got it.
15, Marcus Bass.
He dropped it at the last second. The last second. Coaches saw the same thing I saw. No one in the middle of the field get to the post. Wilson, great job of avoiding the rush and resetting his feet. A lot of times you watch kids, they avoid the rush and they try and throw that on the run. He did a really good job of setting his feet. Just step into that throw a little bit more. Get some air under it. There's no free safety help. Get your air under it. Let the receiver run under the football.
3rd and 2 for the Eagles on the incompletion. And it's going to be a handoff to Will Knight up the middle. He's got the first down to about the 26-yard line.
Will Knight carries on the play for a Smyrna first down. Ball on the Cape Henlopen 26-yard line.
First and 10 at the Cape Henlopen 26-yard line. Trips to the far side. Bass here on the near side. Knight in the backfield to the left of Wilson.
Again, no safety in the middle of the field.
And Wilson looking down the left side. He's got a man open. Oh, it's going to be incomplete. Bounced off Tolbert and then bounced off 3 Cape guys.
No one wanted it. It was hot potato. Hot potato. Again, he's open.
I think the one Cape defender may have been out of bounds.
Well, I thought it was out of bounds, to be honest with you.
I don't think he dropped it. I think he had the ball, but he was out of bounds. So it's going to bring up a 2nd and 10 at the Cape 26-yard line. And Wilson showing that he can throw this football.
A little more air, though, on the deep ball. A little more air on the deep ball. Cape secondary really struggling tonight with these receivers, too. They had some good coverage early. I don't know if it's – I mean, they've been on the field a long time.
One thing we have to look for, Sean, is what made – other than having great athletes, what made Franklin successful. Not only did they play man-free, but they spied Will Knight all along. I've not noticed that with Cape tonight.
Well, they've tried to, but their linebackers keep getting caught up in the wash.
Right.
Where the Franklin linebackers, were so quick and so fast, they were able to get downhill before the lineman could get a hold of them.
So incomplete pass. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 26.
I mean, it all comes down to your front. And right now, Cape's front is being manhandled by this Smyrna front.
And here comes the blitz. And rolls out, has a man open, and that's Iman Williams. And he's going to be short of the first down.
Close.
Oh, no,
he got it.
He got it.
12-yard line.
Down to the 12.
Again.
Nice little out, tiptoed, kept him.
That's a tough throw to throw on the run. He did a great job of getting his shoulders squared.
1st and 10 for the Eagles. Hand off to Will Knight.
No, it's a keep.
And Tolbert's got it. They're going to call that. I guarantee it's going to be a
he may have been across the line.
On the play.
But, he can be across the line if he throws it back.
Interesting.
There was a conversation about this last year with Nolan Ryan.
Right.
And I went back and watched the film.
Nolan Ryan?
Excuse me, Nolan Henderson.
I was going to say, did
he threw just as hard. And
he come out and retire?
Henderson stepped across the line of scrimmage and turned and threw it back.
Right.
Which makes it a legal lateral. It makes it a lateral. That one I couldn't see because we got this nice post right in the way.
Yeah, we dealt with one of those last week.
But don't worry, folks. We have it here on 302 Sports. We'll be able to check it back. And I think that's what they're discussing. Did he throw it backwards?
I think it's a touchdown.
If he did, that's a 12-yard touchdown run for number 8, Keshawn Tolbert. And it is. Keshawn Tolbert, 8-yard touchdown run.
That's a creative play right there.
They ran that a lot the last 2 years.
But haven't shown that this year at all. Wilson has really stepped his game up, though, Benny, and really provided them the balance that they've been looking for all season long. This is how he played last year for Glasgow.
Right. And this time it's going to be Whaley, and he's in. And Smyrna goes up 48-7. So, folks, we're in the running clock here before the half with a minute to go before the clock. We're going to stay right here.
Well, that running clock won't start until the second half.
28-0 Sussex Central. That showdown is in 2 weeks with Sussex Central and Tech. But we're going to have Sussex Central next week, Sean, in the Battle of Georgetown when Sussex Tech travels over to the Castle. That'll be our game of the week next week.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a decent matchup.
I think it'll be a good ball game, yeah.
Two teams don't like each other. They want to be the king of Georgetown.
I went to that game last year and just took some pictures on the sidelines, and just the intensity in those two student bodies was incredible.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see that again, 2-2. Sussex Tech coming in off 2 wins, and then it looks like it's going to be a 4-0 Sussex Central.
Battling for the conference championship.
And that's going to be a 302 Sports rivalry series game. We will award a plaque to the winner of that game, and also at the end of the year, and another rivalry series game, we'll have Lake Forest and Milford. So not only could you win a bell, you could win a 302 rivalry series plaque. Minute 6 to play. Smyrna up 48-7.
I'm just excited to watch kickoff. What are we going to do now?
Right. And kicks it hard down the middle. And it's going to be picked up at the 10 by number 22, Curtis Purnell. And he's going to get it out across the 25. Where Cape's going to take over 1st and 10.
25-yard line. Back in the play by number 20.
Tell you, Sean, that kid, he kicks a fastball down there, doesn't he?
Yeah,
wow.
1st and 10. Ball
he had guys jumping out of the way.
I mean, he just drilled the center
right.
The last time. It was like he got shot.
Cape starts at their own 26-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. 58 seconds to play in the half. Jones hands off to right. Nowhere to go. No gain on the play.
42, Colby Wright carried on the play for no gain.
Smyrna's defense stepped up as well as their offense today, though, too, because, you know, Cape Henlopen, again, was a big play offensive team, had gotten out to fast starts all year. And to shut this offense out in the first half, hats off to the Smyrna defense.
Yeah, it's 48-7, but the one score for Cape was a pick six.
Yeah. But we're talking about a team that has 2 first downs.
Jones under center and handoff again to Wright.
Nowhere to go.
Again, nowhere to go. No gain on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 10. And I would think
tackle
Coach
that time by again.
Just wind down.
Hunter Moyer on the tackle again, having a night for the Eagles.
Moyer, number 45, Desmond.
Tell you what, there's going to be people fighting over some pizza at the end of this game tonight, Sean.
I love me some Louis.
Folks, that's the end of the first half. The score, Cape Henlopen 7, Smyrna 48. Folks, we'll be right back with Sergeant Rogers of the U.S. Army.
Solo Concepts is the premier restaurant group in Southern Delaware. We have 8 restaurants from Lewis all the way down to Fenwick. We have a catering company, a food truck, a soda company, a film company, and a management and a consulting company. We believe in beautiful, simple food. We like to develop the people we work with, and at the same time we have a little bit of a higher mission, and we're trying to make the world a better place. And we have a group of people that every day wake up and they get after it, and they're all focused on one thing, and they're trying to make a great company, and we're trying to make the Culinary Coast a national focus for the United States as a food destination. I think we've done a really good job of that in the past few years. The daily grind of the restaurant can be very difficult. You're dealing with alcohol, food, and people. Those are 3 highly volatile things. So sometimes it's better to have a little bit of a higher calling, a little bit of a higher purpose, that as a group we're trying to get together, stick together and be about something. And for us it kind of gets us through the hard seasons and the hard times that we can rely on each other. We have about 150 full-time year-round employees, and then every season we hire, I think this year we hired about 270 people. So we have 270 seasonal people spread out throughout the whole county. And for me, it's great. And some of these people started out as 15-year-old busboys working with us, and now they're lawyers and doctors and business executives throughout the world, and they still come back and they have a relationship with us. So it's been a really nice experience for us that we're so connected to the community, and we can develop people on so many different levels. We want to support the people that we work with. We want all of our employees to have what they need to grow and be professional. And we may open 10 more restaurants. We may open 100 more restaurants. But all we know at the end of the day is we want to stick together, and we have a great group of people, and I'm really proud of them. I'm proud of everybody. This was a really trying year, and it's a testament to the team that Matt put together that we flourished after a tragedy. And the stronger and better we can make Southern Delaware, the better our restaurant group's going to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Smyrna High School Regiment of Red Marching Band.
This man executes a precision drill to move 5's field. Next, let's watch the color guard performance to Maroon 5 and Wiz Khalifa's collaboration, Pave Tone. Keep things going as our dance team performs to Animals.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch this cameras here in a second, and I'm gonna ask you. Sergeant Rogers.
Yeah, Sergeant First Class Rogers, United States Army.
Sergeant First Class Rogers, United States Army. Okay, I'll introduce you and talk about them honoring you tonight, and why you're here. Okay, and 3, 2. And we're back, folks. Halftime. I'm here with Sergeant First Class Rogers of the United States Army, and a little bit of appreciation from the Smyrna school here tonight. Talk a little bit about how that feels as they show Military Appreciation Night.
Well, it's a great feeling to bring a different flavor to the actual game. A lot of games are played here, obviously, but it's good to have Smyrna actually invite us in, do military appreciation, honor the veterans that have served not only in their community but also across the state of Delaware. And with that, it's a great honor for us to be here. Obviously, we're here obviously, to bring tribute to those guys who served before I even got here. So. And I noticed down there you got a little tent set up, some footballs thrown into. So talk a little bit about what you brought here tonight and what you're doing. Okay, so right now we're looking at trying to raffle off a $100 GameStop card, actually Visa gift card rather. And in conjunction with that, we have a football toss. You can win if you get a hole-in-one, which is basically one shot, one kill, so to speak. You're able to get a water bottle from us, and also get some information about the Army. Some options the Army could offer to individuals looking to possibly looking into it. as a career, or possibly a stepping stone for something down the road for themselves.
Now, you're a recruiter for the U.S. Army?
Yes, I'm actually out of Dover, Delaware.
Okay. Are you from Delaware?
Not myself. No, I'm actually from Charleston, South Carolina.
Charleston, South Carolina.
Yep.
So, what do you expect out of tonight? Obviously you're going to you feel good being here,
right.
But what does the U.S. Army and a recruiter expect out of tonight being here in a high school football game?
Honestly, just to get exposure, show the crowd here on both sides, that the Army is here,
Right.
Generally speaking, a lot of folks, they see us recruiting and they just think we're just kind of a static display. So I try to bring something a little different to that, obviously, be involved. Obviously we had the pregame show where we honored one of the students, Roddy here. We also honored one of the coaches here, as well as having the game ball given out and the coin toss. So bring something different than what's normally seen in most games, and more importantly, again, show the Army in a different light than what most people are used to seeing.
We see a lot of this at college football games, but when are you guys going to parachute the game ball in? I mean, we see that at college all the time.
Well, that's something that's a function through our Baltimore Battalion in conjunction with the Golden Knights. I've actually done that at Dover Downs before.
Awesome.
So it's something that's just a coordination piece. We've actually tried to do things like that before, so this is the first time we actually got something big to come to Smyrna.
Right.
And so we're looking forward to trying to do more things in this area.
First of all, I want to thank you for your service.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you for being out here tonight and letting these young men and women know about the U.S. Army and their options in their future.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
For Miss Janae Huff, Miss Annie Burnett, and Miss Stacey Hudson. The music for today's show is written by Mr. Keith Nebby. Show designed by Mr. Zachary Shane. Enjoy the games and go with the boss.
Yeah, most of my guys are terrified to talk, man. They're like, I don't want to die.
I call softballs. I just want to get you up here, let people know what you know, and it's awesome. I appreciate it, man. Thanks.
No problem. Hey, thanks.
Good luck down there.
What's really funny is the first time I was on radio was in Japan.
Right? Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, one of our neighbors, one of our coworkers, she was Japanese. She was a
including the Indian River Life Saving Station, which you'll see later in our clip. You can choose from a pre-designed chef-driven menu where we keep only the freshest and most local ingredients in mind, or we can customize a menu to your liking. hope you keep us in mind for your next event.
Hooters of Newark is located at 136 Astro Shopping Center, Newark, Delaware. Come in day or night to watch your favorite teams and sports on our many TVs. It's a great, fun-filled environment that is kid-friendly. Our craveable food menu has all the appetizers, burgers, salads, tacos, seafood, you name it, as well as our world-famous Hooters wings, which are the official wings of 302sports.com.
Welcome to Hooters. Have a seat wherever you like.
Welcome back, folks. Benny Mitchell with Sean Brennan, Trey Mitchell on the camera, and we're back thanks to Sergeant First Class Rogers of the U.S. Army, letting us know a little bit about what they're doing here and getting some great exposure for the Army. And while we're away, we noticed that Smyrna cheerleaders gathered around for a little group picture around the 302 sign down there in the end zone.
Yeah, how about it? Getting a little press.
This game being brought to you by 302 Sports, bringing you Delaware.
As both teams come out to
Athletes
stretch.
all over. And folks, let's get some updated scores on your Barkley Heating and Air out-of-town scoreboard. At the half, Polytech leads Cesar Rodney 8-7. Sussex Central leads Dover 35-0. Delmar halftime score still 35-6 over Indian River. Last check we had was Milford 42, Seaford 0, and Caravel 29. Lake Forest 0.
One more just in from Boxcar Marvel, our stats guy. Woodbridge 28, Laurel nothing in the third quarter.
Woodbridge 28. So Woodbridge
thanks
looking to extend that streak to 17 straight.
Thanks to Boxcar Marvel for that score.
And Cape already back on the field. Smyrna makes their way back.
This was a half definitely dominated by the Smyrna Eagles. There's just no doubt.
And be interesting to see what they do here. I'm not sure who Smyrna has next week.
I can take a look. I'll take a look.
I know
50-50 raffle 6, 8, 7, 9.
both teams have one more non-conference game.
6, 8, 7.
Yeah, Smyrna's with Slazy Adams, a big one.
They have Slazy Adams week 9, I believe. Thank you for joining us for our Soto Concepts halftime show.
CR next week at Cesar Rodney.
So Cape travels to, Smyrna travels.
Smyrna
travels to Cesar Rodney.
Yeah, you wanted to know who Smyrna had next.
Do not forget tonight we do have a trailer at the south end of the stadium. We're having a competition for a $50 gift card. You play Madden, you score the most points. We'll be giving that away here shortly.
The Vikings are home next week with homecoming against Polytech.
We'll be giving away $100 Visa gift card.
Polytech, I talked to Marvin Dooley last night, and I said, now how good is this?
Oh, they're a big surprise.
He said they're a good ball club, and they're trailing Polytech at halftime 8-7.
Polytech last week with a big upset win over Milford. They are playing really good football this year. They're like the surprise team of the conference right now. You always get one a year.
Right.
And they seem to be it.
So on the kick is the sophomore Hunter Simmons for the Cape Henlopen Vikings.
Wow, you're down 48-7, and you got to give them the ball again.
And it's going to bounce around the 20, and it's going to be taken about the 11-yard line by number 9, Jared Mullen. And he's going to be taken down out to about the 25-yard line where the Eagles will start off. 1st and 10. So we have a running clock here, Sean.
Yeah, so the clock won't stop. It just runs and runs. So no stoppage for first down.
Inside that 35.
So the rumor is, unofficially, Will Knight needs 29 yards
inside
rushing.
30, yeah.
Yep.
So we're going to see him at least in this third quarter. And there's going to be the pitch to Will Knight. And outside to the 40, across the 45 to the 50, and out of bounds with a stiff arm right about midfield. And it's going to be
Curtis Purnell came up to make a hit.
So there's 25 of them, Sean. He's 4 away.
4 away. 4 away.
Being Mr. 5,000.
Purnell came up, and Will Knight said, "No, son, just have a
Woodbridge
seat."
28-0. That's at the end of 3 now, Sean. End of the third quarter there.
Smyrna now with their 13th first down. They had 12 in the first half. Cape Henlopen only had 2 by their offense. They did have 3 total, 1 by penalty. They really struggled today.
I would imagine this ball's going to 25.
I would. Nope.
Drops back. Rolls out to the right under pressure from 83. Weathersby, and he's going to go out of bounds. Inside the 35.
I know it's early, but Isaiah Wilson, he's my pick for the Louis.
Yeah, I think we talked about it during the break, and he's just having a great game.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, Will Smith. I did that again.
Yeah,
Will Knight, just a special player, but Wilson has given the Smyrna Eagles team a lot of balance that they haven't had early in the season. Bandit formation.
Split, double slot. Correction, slot to the right, and then trips to the bottom of the screen. And we have, I don't know what we have. We have a whistle, and we're going to have delay a game on Smyrna.
That's their 5th penalty.
First and 15.
First down 15, ball on the Cape Henlopen 42-yard line.
That's their 5th penalty for 45 yards. And then the other weeks, that was a problem. But now that you're able to throw the football and then gain positive yardage, it hasn't been a problem for them at all tonight, even when they had a 15-yarder.
Throws a slant. That's Bass inside the 25, down to about the 18-yard line. Correction, 23. He keeps moving. 20, 21. And he stops at the 21.
Well, Cape allowing the receivers to get across their face and get to the inside. That slant's been there, and the skinny posts have been there all night for this Smyrna Eagles offense. And another first down.
And again, the backfield trips to the top of the screen. And there's a screen. He just not quite sure what happened there. The ball just fell harmlessly to the earth.
Yeah, they tried to throw a rocket screen that time. Cape brought pressure off the edge. And Wilson just couldn't get the ball out. He was trying to go to number 7, Whaley, on that. And Whaley had room to run.
Right.
So Cape taking a chance, bringing a blitz off the edge. They've struggled in this formation.
He's shading to this side with the trips at the bottom of the screen. And there's a toss to Knight. He's inside the 20. Cuts back to the inside the 15, down, and there's going to be a penalty on the play.
There's a flag on the play.
Gain of
maybe a hold on a stalk block there?
9 on the play. Push in the back, maybe.
So that would have been the 5,000.
Right.
Block in the back.
Block in the back.
Yep.
Legal block in the back penalty against Smyrna. When the penalty makes it second down, 14. Ball on the
So that's a spot foul from where it happened.
Right. So it brings up a 2nd and 14.
So it doesn't,
for the Eagles.
Screen.
There's a draw. A screen. It's going to be picked off by number 26, Ben Ashby.
He's got a touchdown, Betty, and nobody's going to catch him.
And Ashby's in on the pick 6. We're going to call that about, what, 80 yards, Sean?
About 80 yards, yes, sir. That's their second pick 6 of the evening. That play just didn't look good from the start.
Right. Look, trying to throw a screen, and he just kind of threw it.
Well, Will Knight was out there, but that ball was nowhere around him.
No, it was right at Ashby.
And now the crowd's saying, give the ball to Knight.
Right. 48-13, and Cape's kicker's on the field.
Cape's going to end up having to call
and
a
they're missing
timeout.
a player.
Oh, Lord.
I talked to Marvin Dooley about this last night. You know, you're watching the game. You know you're on that extra point team. Where are you at?
How? And it's the center. And it's the center.
Wow.
How does that happen? You got one job.
Gets a good snap. The hold's there. It's up. And it's in the parking lot. It's good. So we're going to take a timeout. With them, folks, your score. 48-14. We'll be right back.
2002, Brian has helped over 1,000 home buyers achieve their dreams of owning a home. Brian's knowledge of current market conditions and his detailed evaluation of buyers' finances ensures that each buyer will receive the best mortgage to fit their needs. Brian is often commended on how efficient and effortless he makes the mortgage process for everyone from first-time home buyers to investors to experienced buyers. For the loan that fits you, contact Brian today. Mr. Italian began.
And welcome back, folks. I know, Sean, we've talked about Wilson, and that may change some thinking here.
No,
Second pick 6 of the game.
But he has still provided them with a lot of offense
playing a great
tonight.
game.
He's done a great job. But unfortunately, now we're not in the running clock situation.
We're no longer in the running clock. With 4:57 to play, Henlopen will be kicking off.
So if Smyrna would score again, we'll get back to that running clock.
Number 8, Keyshawn Tolbert kicking off for Henlopen. Number 9, Hunter Simmons.
Hunter Simmons on the kick, 48-14. And back in the regular games, it's about a point.
Mm-hmm.
And Cape with the onside kick attempt. High bounce. And there's going to be a scramble for it. Cape says they have it.
You have to admire this Cape Henlopen Viking
Right.
team coming out of the locker room.
And they're going to say Cape Henlopen football.
Still fighting.
Number 11 on the recovery, Jimmy McMullen, senior. So 4:53 to play here in the third quarter.
So this is great. This is the first time this offense now has been able to get out of the locker room with their adjustments. You know, you had 2 first downs. Really, really struggled running the football tonight.
Jones under center. Kirby goes in motion, hand off to right, and he's stacked up right at the line of scrimmage and driven back. And that's Hunter Moyer again.
He is having a great night.
There's another guy we could be talking about.
What he just did there was he replaced where the guard pulled from and just went down the line of scrimmage and ran himself right into the play, trusting his keys. The guard took him right to the play. Cape has to do something in the air.
Right.
They really do. Last week they had 8 yards passing, and they don't have very much now.
Right. Loss of 3 in the play brings up a 2nd and 13 for the Vikings. Kirby goes in motion, He's going to take the sweep off the left side. Hit.
Form tackle.
To the ground, number 9.
Jared Mullen.
Jared Mullen.
Love it.
And Smyrna says it's their football.
Hit him with the shoulder. Good wrap up. Excellent job.
Gain of 2 on the play brings up a 3rd and 11.
Just when you thought Cape had the momentum on the pick 6, Smyrna's defense stepped up again tonight, pitching a shutout. And now you're a wing T team sitting in 3rd and long, not where you want to be. Counter crisscross, waggle. We saw Cape tonight throw the ball to the slot.
3rd and 11 for the Vikings. Jones under center. Jones rolling left.
To the slot side.
And it's going to be broken up by number 38, Andrew White.
That was really good coverage. Aku came out from his linebacker spot, did a good job of covering. And number 3, Larson Wilson from the safety spot did a really good job that time too. There was nowhere to throw the football.
So Dale on the punt.
So
Dale is not coming on the punt. This is Tack. Patrick Tack coming on the punt. Good snap. And another high short kick. Just a floater. And it does take a Cape bounce and rolls inside the 30. Comes back to about the 29-yard line. Where to be Smyrna's ball, 1st and 10. At their own 29-yard line. We're going to stay right here with the action, folks.
Another net punt of 15 yards.
Right.
It's tough to change the.
Of course, that's his first punt, but Smyrna hasn't put pressure on the punt yet.
Oh, it's. Why would you? You're getting net punts of 15 yards, and you brought pressure once.
You got a penalty for it.
And you got penalized for it. So why bring the pressure? They're not flipping the field on you.
3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Smyrna leads 48-14. Double slot. Knight in the backfield with Wilson. And that's Knight. And he's looking for running room up to the 50. And brought down by Savage at about the 41. And that makes Will Knight Mr. 5,000 career rushing yards for Will Knight.
I remember when you used to get excited as an offensive coordinator to have a running back rush for 1,000.
Right.
Then it was 1,500.
Right.
Will Knight, 5,000 in a career, and he's not done, folks. He's still got a whole season left to play.
Yeah. At the 41-yard line of Cape Henlopen, that's Knight again. This time nowhere to go.
25, William Knight here on play for no gain.
Good tackle by number 77, Tanner Verdon. And he's a big boy, 6'2", 305.
Wow.
He's going to have to cut weight to make heavyweight.
Yeah, a lot of it, yeah. Double slot. Knight in the backfield with Wilson. Wilson in the shotgun. And looks like Smyrna's going to change the play. And he's going to check it at the line. And read option is going to be a handoff to Knight. Got some running room. Cuts back to the right. And down inside the 20 to about the 15-yard line. First down for Smyrna.
First down. Ball on the Cape Henlopen 15-yard line.
Hey, that's their 4th of this quarter.
Right.
They're running big gashing plays. Cape accepting blocks. Their linebackers just getting caught in wash.
Will Knight's not seeing a defender until 2-3 yards.
Yeah.
Into the Cape defense. And there's that pitch out to Knight. Cuts it back to the inside. Makes a move inside the 5. He's in for a touchdown. Touchdown, Will Knight. So that puts it back in through the running clock. 15-yard run by Will Knight.
Well, this is the offense that we got accustomed to the past couple years.
Absolutely, yeah.
Good balance.
Sean Buscemi is running on the field with a kicking block.
I don't trust it.
Right.
Watch the fake.
On the hole, 21, Caden Naylor. And he's got it up, but it's going to be missed wide left. So 54.
He drilled it. He thinks he got it under the bar, though.
Right. Milford now leads Seaford 49-0. Delmar up on Indian River 41-0. Or excuse me, 41-6 over IR. So as clock's going to wind down here in the fourth quarter, folks, and we're going to take a timeout break. We'll be right back. Your score: Smyrna 54, Cape Henlopen 14.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp with Chef Maurice Catlett, and he's cooking a wonderful campfire s'mores pie. Enjoy. Matt's Fish Camp in Lewis and Bethany Beach, Delaware, open 7 days a week, lunch and dinner. Chef Maurice has you covered. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Matt's Fish Camp with Chef Maurice Catlett. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today I'm at Northeast Seafood Kitchen in Ocean View, Delaware, and Chef Alex is going to cook up his apple crisp. It's going to be awesome. Come check it out. Northeast Seafood Kitchen in Ocean View, Delaware, open 7 days a week. Chef Alex has got you covered. See you.
And we're back, folks. Fourth quarter, 54-14, Smyrna. Woodbridge extends their win streak to 17 games with a 35-0 victory over Laurel.
Congratulations, defensive coordinator Jed Bell pitching a shutout. Beating Coach Ennis.
Excuse me?
Beating Coach Ennis.
Yes.
Who coached at Woodbridge.
Was the defensive coordinator prior to him. And they're going to bring him down inside the 20. That was number 22 on the return, Curtis Purnell.
So I would say that tonight, Smyrna has come in and made a statement.
Yes, I agree.
That don't just be scoreboard watching. Understand who we played.
Right, exactly.
We haven't gone anywhere. We are who we are, and we are balanced.
Caravel leads Lake Forest 36-15. And Vikings back in business. First and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Ashby goes in motion. Hand off to right and hit right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up a 2nd and 10.
Early in this game, Cade had a lot of success running that play and being, successful on first down. They really struggled on second down with the penalties, their offensive line getting knocked backwards. They just could not get anything going and sustain drives. But we knew going in they were explosive offense. They're not getting that tonight. There's great form tackling, gang tackling on that defense. This has been domination.
Yeah.
And this was a good Cape team.
Limping off the field.
And the other thing too, Ashby had been really successful the past couple weeks.
Right.
Well, we've only seen him rush the ball maybe 4 or 5 times.
Came out there a couple plays there in the third quarter where they got the first down, or second quarter when they got the first down. Hand off to Ashby, gain of maybe 1 off the right tackle. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 9. And I think Cape has thrown, 2 passes tonight?
Yeah.
So sticking with the running game.
Well, I mean,
Brings up third down.
it's not what they want to do with a
No.
freshman quarterback,
Right.
but they've also struggled up front this year. So when they've tried to throw the football, they've had guys in their face.
Third and 8 for the Vikings. 9:30 to go here in the game. We're under a running clock. There's a 40-point lead, and it's going to be sweep with Kirby. And he's got some running room. He's going to have a first down.
Can you say that again?
Another first down with Kirby.
That is their first down.
First and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
First and 10, Cape Henlopen.
Things starting to get a little chippy here.
Yep.
32-yard
Referee's doing a good job of stepping in and controlling it without penalties so far.
Yeah, that is Cape's first down since the second quarter.
Jones Cup under center. That's McMullen. And looking for some running room around the right end.
There's
It's
nowhere
not
to
there.
go.
11, James McMullen carried on the play for no
Tackle
gain.
made by number 35, Ryan Kelly. And Smyrna starting to sub now, Sean, here on defense. And
Well, they sprinkled in a couple at the start of this series. There's 8 minutes left. Let some of these younger kids play a little bit. You can't afford any injuries. You got a big game next week at CR on the road.
second and 10 for Cape Henlopen. Deep motion with Kirby. And it's going to be a handoff to Ashby. And he breaks the tackle, gets it out across the 50, and going to be tackled, taken out of bounds around the 40-yard line. And they're going to say he stepped out at the 40. First down for Cape Henlopen. Ashby moved the fullback.
Really good job of cutback that time. This young defense that's in here now really over pursuing. But they're getting the ball to Ashby, which is what we kind of just
Got to
talked
respect the
about.
spirit of Cape Henlopen, down 40 on the run clock, and they're still trying to score again and get that game back with a
Well, and Ashby's an all-stater.
right.
So he's got the heart of a champion, and he's not going to lay down and die.
Motion by Kirby, and it's going to be the sweep around the left end. Comes up, makes a tackle. That's number 18, Jerai Hammond.
32, Joseph Kirby carried on the play, tripped up at number 18.
Good positive
Sean, we
yards.
talk about this game, and Bill Collick's not been on the end of many of these, if any, a game like this.
No.
One of the greatest coaches in Delaware history. I mean, he was inducted into the Delaware Football Hall of Fame and then came back and coached high school football.
Yeah, I believe this might be the worst loss that he's had at Cape Henlopen.
That's going to be a handoff to Ashby off the right side. Puts his head down, trucks the defender, and gets the first down.
Good job. A lot of success this drive.
Ashby's showing he's not just a slasher. He can put his head down and run you over.
Yep, that time did a good job running behind his pads. Falling forward to get that first down. Contact was made about 2 yards short of the sticks. Put his head down, got a good first down. But yeah, Coach Collick is a legendary coach. I'm sure he's not liking this at all.
Yeah. Rumor that it's his last year. But I've heard that before.
I've heard that a
making
bunch.
a move up the middle, and he's got another first down.
26, Benjamin Ashby carried on the play for a Cape Henlopen first down. Ball
That-
on the Smyrna 16-yard line.
It's good to see these kids not laying down and quitting, though.
That's a final up in Bear. Caravel 36, Lake Forest 15. Caravel looking to make that surge in Division II. They're now 2-2 on the season. First and 10 for the Vikings at the Smyrna 21-yard line.
I look for the Caravel Bucks to be a playoff team this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's Kirby, and he gains maybe 1, maybe 2 on the play. That's gonna bring up a
Kirby's cutback and
second
Ashby's
8.
cutback, totally two different things. Kirby's takes too long.
Well, when Kirby's coming back, he's coming off the sweep.
Right.
He's been moved to fullback now. So.
Right.
And then there's the Will Knight cutback.
Yes, which no one in the state has.
Wow, he's an amazing, amazing athlete, amazing football player. Second and 8 for Cape Henlopen. And they're in the red zone at the 15-yard line, just inside the 15. Motion by McMullen, handoff to Ashby. And he's going to get it down inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 2.
And you can get a first down without scoring here. We have a Smyrna player down.
And we have a clock's going to stop for an injury. And, folks, we're going to take a timeout with them. The score with 4:25 to play in the game. Smyrna 54, Cape Henlopen 14.
Sure to hate your home. Remodel your home with the pros voted Delaware's #1 home improvement company. Ferris Home Improvements has something for every homeowner at their new showroom on the corner of Kirkwood Highway and Harmony Road in Newark, Delaware. Explore products and layouts with the area's top designers. Touch and feel products that inspire your dream space. Ferris Home Improvements' pride in the details make them the area's best in roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchens, and bathrooms. Want a professional no-pressure remodel? Go see the best at the Big Shamrock on Kirkwood Highway. Ferris Home Improvements. Quality workmanship from a neighbor you can trust.
Have sophomore S.B. Hunt able to walk off the field under his own power. And we're back in business with Cape Henlopen, 3rd and looks like a long 2 from the 9-yard line.
On the Smyrna 9-yard line.
Approaching 4 minutes to play here in the game. Kirby goes in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Ashby off the left side. He's got some running room, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown. And that's going to put us back, Sean, in
to a non-running clock.
No longer a running clock. Cape Henlopen gets to 20. Ashby, his second touchdown of the night. And just absolutely respect the fight in Cape Henlopen here.
Oh, absolutely.
And especially Ashby, who has run hard this entire series.
They could have laid down and just quit, let the clock run, and go back to Lewis, licking their wounds. They kept fighting. They even worked hard and tried to get an onside kick. Good drive by Ashby. We were just talking about him getting the ball.
And the kick's up, and it's good. So 54-21. Folks, we'll be right back with fourth quarter action. So next week, Sean, we'll be back in the booth at Sussex Central High School.
In the castle.
And the Sussex Tech Ravens come down Route 9, make a right on the 113, and they're there. And it's going to be the Battle of Georgetown against the Sussex Central Golden Knights. Sussex Central is going to be coming in 4-0. Last we heard, 35-0 over Dover.
Big 302 rivalry game.
It's going to be a 302 rivalry series game. So Smyrna, after the last onside kick, and here comes another one. And this one's going to be handled by number 35.
Ryan Kelly.
Ryan Kelly.
Did a great job.
So 1st and 10.
Caught the ball, rolled down, protect the
Eagles,
football.
man. It looks like, Sean, they're bringing on the backups here to finish out this game with 3:56 to go.
A lot of football left in your season. You're winning 54-21. No need to. Will Knight got his record tonight.
Right. Isaiah Wilson had a breakout game.
Breakout game.
After having a breakout season last year in Division II.
Yep.
So here come the Eagles, 1st and 10. And that's a handoff to number 41. And I don't have a 41 on the roster. And at quarterback, number 17. And I do not have a number for number 17.
Well, Austin Mendez, number 66, linebacker for Cape Henlopen, better watch it. That was awful close to a late hit.
Second and 13. Read option, and the quarterback's going to keep it. We don't have a name for him, but he's going to take it across midfield out to the 45-yard line of Cape Henlopen. I wish we had number 17's name.
Wonder if this is like the home and away jerseys.
Yeah,
you printed out the wrong roster. I don't know.
I checked both rosters. I checked their max prep, and
Yeah.
I checked their school
website.
Yep. Third and 3, and that's a handoff to number 27, Marcus Kajust. And there's a flag, and you talked about this, Sean.
Yeah, getting chippy, not what you want.
Not sure who Cape Henlopen has next week. And we're going to have a personal foul on the Vikings. And that's going to be... So we said it's getting chippy, and that's the first personal foul we've seen here after we said that. So I guess the officials have had enough.
Yep.
And that first one goes on the Vikings.
7 penalties for Cape Henlopen tonight.
They will play Polytech next week. So
did we get a final on the Poly score?
The last we heard 8-7 at the half Polytech. So we've not been able to get any.
Yeah, I got 8-7 in the third quarter.
I haven't even gotten that.
Yeah, I did. Boxcar Marvel sent us that one.
First and 10 at this Cape Henlopen 32-yard lines. Vikings coming on a blitz. And that's number 41 on the carry. And loss of a yard on the play. But I tell you what, if it's close, you can't count out the Riders. They've won 2 games this year on the last play of the game. And they may have to do that again tonight. If Polytech wins, that will be their first ever win overseas, Rodney, I believe.
The Cardiac Riders.
And it may becomes a rivalry then.
Well, if you watch Saturday, my Gators won. They kept their streak alive against Kentucky, 31 in a row.
There's a little Garrett on the carry and another loss on the play.
So they've won themselves. They've won 2 at the last part of a game, Hail Mary. So the Riders still have a chance.
Checking the Twitterverse, and there's a lot of people want to know what the score of the Polytech Caesar Rodney game is. Third and 14 for the Vikings, or excuse me, for the Eagles. And there's a fumble on the snap, and he's just going to fall on it. That's going to be over 4th down.
4th down, ball on the Cape Henlopen 41-yard line. Come on, everybody. Next week, Smyrna travels to Caesar Rodney. 2 weeks from tonight, Smyrna returns home to take on Suffolk.
4th and long.
This will be homecoming
For the Eagles, and it's like they're just in 4-down territory as they run the clock out. 54-21. And here comes another blitz. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper. And he's going to take it down about the 20-yard line. And that's going to be Cape Henlopen ball. 1st and 10 on the turnover on downs.
43 seconds left in the game. If I'm Cape Henlopen, I just come out, take a knee, and
a round of applause for the backup offense there as they come off the field.
They did a nice job.
They did. Ran off 4 minutes on the clock.
Yep.
31-yard line.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is here at 1 and 2, and Cape Henlopen's going to take a timeout. I think the biggest thing here is Smyrna made a statement tonight.
Yeah, absolutely.
Coming in
I said that earlier. You know, you made a statement saying we are still the state champs.
That's right.
We are still
conference champs.
We are going to hang half 100 tonight. And they showed great balance tonight for the first time this season on offense, even though they were criticized by some of their critics here in the stands.
Right.
You know, Wilson did a great job of throwing the ball around the yard.
I tell you, another guy had
that crazy play where he kept it and then threw it back for a touchdown.
Another guy that had an outstanding game was Hunter Moyer.
Yeah.
We called his name all night long on defense.
Yeah. And your favorite guy, Debo.
Debo Williams was in a great game.
Debo had a good day.
So Vikings, they bring some new guys on the field. That's Zach Savage, the quarterback, on the carry, number 16, Malachi Jones. And he's going to get no gain on the play. And we're under 30 seconds to go in the game, and Cape's going to run one more play, it looks like. Sean, I think we're going with a pair of players of the game.
I'm okay with that.
Number 6, Isaiah Wilson, and number 28, Hunter Moyer. Hunter Moyer, early in this game,
set the
tone.
Set the tone with the defense. I like it.
And congratulations to Will Knight, 5,000 career yards. And that's it, folks. That's the final. Smyrna 54, Cape Henlopen 14. And the clock goes to all zeros. Folks, we're going to take a quick timeout. We'll come back with the post-game show, the Sodell Concepts post-game show with Benny Mitchell and Sean Brennan.
Concepts. We have 8 locations, a catering company and a food truck right here on the Culinary Coast in southern Delaware, and we'd love to see you at one of our locations. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue in downtown Rehoboth, serving homemade pasta. Papa Grande's in downtown Rehoboth. Our treetop deck has the best happy hour around. And Matt's Fish Camp, located on Route 1 in North Bethany Beach, your classic seafood shack. At Sodell, we believe in beautiful, simple food and making the world a better place. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer of Sodell Concepts. We have 8 locations, a catering company and a food. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today I'm at Northeast Seafood Kitchen in Ocean View, Delaware, and Chef Alex is going to cook up his apple crisp. It's going to be awesome. Come check it out. Northeast Seafood Kitchen in Ocean View, Delaware, open 7 days a week. Chef Alex has got you covered. See you soon.
For my X's and O's, we said no big plays over 20. Well, the JV defense gave up 1. Varsity, no. With a turnover batter. They didn't do that. They didn't need to because they ran the football effectively. And then in the passing game, they didn't force the passing game. They just took what the defense was giving them. Cape really struggled today in lining up. They had to call timeout early in the game. They didn't have any answers in the middle of the field. Cape's D has a lot of work to do. I could see why they had given up so many points these last 2 games. 62 points is a lot in 2 games. And now tonight they give up 54.
I have to apologize, but we had the sound down. And again, we'll announce that you missed the players of the game. It was number 6, Isaiah Wilson, the quarterback, and number 28, Hunter Moyer, the defensive, just an outstanding defensive game. And
I mean, it's just crazy. Crazy how good Smyrna was.
Yeah.
But
So,
like you had said, though, shows you how good the players they were playing prior to this really were, too.
Right. And, you know, week 4, opening night of the Henlopen Conference, and always every year, week 5 and week 6, I like to call separation week, and that's when we start to see the pack come apart, and we're going to see that next week as Smyrna plays Cesar Rodney. Cape Henlopen is going to play Polytech. One of those teams is going to be 1-0 in the conference. And then Sussex Central now 1-0 in the conference. They're going to be taking on Sussex Tech in their opener.
Sure, and big rivalry game between those two. Both teams running wing T, so I'm interested to see, they should be familiar with those offenses and stuff. So it's going to be a great game in Georgetown next week, folks. Please come out and check us out.
So that's a wrap, folks. For 302 Sports, Trey Mitchell on the camera, Nick Halliday up in Wilmington, Chris Mitchell at home in Lewis. I'm Benny Mitchell for Sean Brennan, folks. Have a good night. Join us next week. We have some games coming on tomorrow, some upstate games. But join us next week at Sussex Central High School for the Henlopen Conference Friday night game of the week when the Sussex Tech Ravens take the short trip to Sussex Central High School for another Henlopen Conference Northern Division matchup. Good night, folks.